Hello. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon for those that are here with us right now. Hi, welcome to Sidec e-commerce class live streaming. How are you guys? You can type in the comment. Yeah, we'd like to hear from you. Share with us where you are currently tuning in from. Okay. I would thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you actually had a very restful Hari Raya Haji, on Tuesday itself, because we don't have any sessions on that day. And for those that joining us previously, you probably already know who I am. For those that just joined us for today class onwards, my name is Chia Chia, and I'm actually from DMC. So partnering with Sidec, I will be your host for the sessions. Okay, hi, we see some of you. Hi, Wan Yi. Hi, Ziqing. Hi, Kevin. Yes, hi, welcome. All right, so today is going to be quite an interactive session, and we will be talking about cross-border e-commerce. Okay, on behalf of Selangor Information Technology and Digital Economy Corporation, which is Sidec, I would like to extend my warm welcome to all of you who are currently here with us. Okay, and also we're really happy to have you here. For those that actually want to learn more about cross-border e-commerce and you think your friends and family will be benefited from this session, please help us to actually share this live out right now on your social media so that they can also be benefited from it. All right, and for your information, with the theme of Elevate Your E-commerce Knowledge. This is actually a free e-commerce class live streaming, and it's actually brought to you by the Selangor State Government together with Sidec. We have actually scheduled quite a lot of the sessions for those that actually joined us before. So you probably know that we have a couple of sessions that done. For those that still just fresh new to join us in this class, this is what we have done like last year on Sidec. Yeah, so we have a couple of like classes ongoing, and for this year itself we also schedule a total of 15 topics across 3 modules. We have completed for e-commerce marketplace, e-commerce website, social commerce, live commerce, which happening last week, and today will be on cross-border e-commerce. And you can see upcoming, we also have module on e-commerce process and digital marketing. So if any of you are actually interested, for the upcoming one, do check out on Sidec Facebook Live, live or during the time, so you can actually bookmark it or check out on their website for more information, register yourself. All right. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Noor. Okay, welcome. Okay, then today's topic, as mentioned, is going to be on cross-border e-commerce. Now, what is cross-border e-commerce? Because previously, last week, someone asked about what is cross-border e-commerce. Basically, it's also e-commerce is online trade between like businesses to consumers, right? But this is cross regions. So cross-border e-commerce has gained huge momentum in the last 2 years, and as well as customers, I'm sure some of us also purchase products from outside of Malaysia. Yeah. So according to study, 61% of the cross-border e-commerce in Malaysia was actually from China. And the market share of those cross-border e-commerce in Malaysia is almost equal to that of domestic e-commerce. And today, we have actually invited 4 different speakers with their experience in terms of cross-border. How can you actually start with cross-border e-commerce from Malaysia? How to actually generate some revenues from cross-border e-commerce from different platforms. Yeah. So before we invite all our speakers of the day, I would actually like to have a little bit of housekeeping rules over here before we start. Okay, so if you have any questions during the speaker sessions, please feel free to interact with the speakers, have your questions, type your comments in the comment box. They will be able to see it and then do interact as much with them. All right, but if you also have certain questions after all our speakers shares, do not worry. We will have a Q&A sessions at the end where all our speakers will be with us and we will select some of the relevant questions to pose it to our speakers to answer for you. All right, without further ado, let us welcome all our speakers of today on the screen. Hello. Hi. Hi. Yes, I will introduce one by one. So firstly, we have Mr. KK Ko from KK ECOMMERCE. Yeah, rock. Okay, so Mr. Cole will be our coach for the day. So later you will be firstly to listen from Mr. Cole. Okay, then next up, we also have Mr. Hussein over here. Hi.
How are you? All right?
Okay, so Hussein will be sharing about his experience here about like cross-border e-commerce later in the sessions. And we also have Mr. Poh Kuan and Mr. Endrick over here. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Hi,
Okay.
everyone.
Hi everyone. Yes. So all of them have different backgrounds. Some of them on eBay, some of them on Amazon, some of them do cross-border e-commerce from Shopee platforms. Yeah. So we would love to hear from all of them one by one. All right. So I will have our speakers to go on the back end first, but I'll keep Mr. Cole with me on the screen. Yeah. So all right then. So we'll start with Mr. Cole, a little bit of background for all of you. Mr. KK Core is actually from KK e-commerce. Yeah, just a brief introduction that he's not just only the founder for KK e-commerce, but he's also a Lazada certified trainer and Alibaba netpreneur. Also, a couple of big titles over here, a MDEC cross-border e-commerce initiative partner, a W3 Trade 1.0 aggregator for eBay, and a lot more. I will let Mr. KK to introduce himself for his session. All right, I'll pass the time to you, Mr. KK.
Yeah, thank you, Cha. Thank you, Sidec. Thank you, DMC, for organizing this. I'm so happy to meet you all today. Okay, everybody stay safe. Okay, stay safe, wear mask, and let's be healthy always. Okay, without further delay, let me share my the little stuff I know about e-commerce. So okay. So everybody can see my slides, right? Okay, I think should be fine. Just let me. Okay, so today I will talk about how do we do cross-border e-commerce and what you need to know to build a cross-border e-commerce effectively. Okay. Okay, what I'm trying to solve here? Okay, let's have a problem statement defined, so that we know what we want to do. Okay, we know that especially from China sellers, they have really market their China products through cross-border e-commerce successfully. Okay, like including in Malaysia, whereby you see a lot of China product in Shopee, Lazada, and other marketplace, right? But we Malaysia also produce our own product. What can we learn from here? Can we apply this by using Malaysia products to sell overseas? Okay, just like China sell in Malaysia, we are going to use Malaysia product to sell overseas. And one of the major question is, can we compete? Okay, that is why we started this journey. That is our problem statement. We want to find out about this. Okay. So, of course, first we go and understand from eBay. Okay, this is a slides from eBay directly. What are the demand inventories from Malaysia? Because we are not the first one doing it, and a lot of sellers in Malaysia are selling to eBay overseas. So, what is the demand inventories? Okay, so this is the 6 demand inventories, just as a guidance for the audience today. If you're interested, you can look into this product. But by all means, if your product is not in this category, you still can try, because never try, never know. Okay, don't be disheartened if your category is not here, because there's still a lot of categories. If you have the uniqueness, you have your competitive advantage, you still can sell cross-border, even though it's not in these 6 categories. Okay, so the 6 categories, first one is parts and accessories. You'll be surprising to know that a lot of the sellers from Malaysia is selling car parts, okay, or bicycle parts, motor parts, okay. In fact, one of the top sellers are those, we call it in Chinese tong che po, is those which, those defective car, then they go and dismantle the car and sell the parts inside. Okay, and he has been doing very well in eBay e-commerce. Okay, second, of course, is health and beauty. Our Tongkat Ali lah, Kacip Fatima lah, all this is actually quite hot selling products, surprisingly, in overseas. Okay, the third, home and living, furnitures, all this is doing well. Business and industrial, toys and hobbies, and of course the sporting goods. Okay, sneakers, what is that, athlete wear, all this is doing quite well in overseas cross-border e-commerce. Okay, so how do we start? Okay, we know that this is the thing. So what we did, is that we went into Lazada. Okay, because I'm a Lazada certified trainer, I went into it. I look around. Okay, and there I find a great Malaysian product which I felt is great lah, because he's a Malaysian product. After I check out their background, it's not available in the China markets or other markets. Okay, so this guy is a purely Malaysian manufacturer, and he's selling quite well in Lazada, right? And you can see his comments, all this. He's selling this type of bedding accessories. Okay, this is my supplier lah, Flu pillows. Okay, and he's called Flu lah. His brand is Flu. Okay, so you can go to Lazada and check out his shop. Okay. Then what did we do with him? Okay, so we go and approach him, so that we said that, hey, we want to help you sell overseas. Okay, but in this business case, right, we don't want to purchase, but we don't want to be a buyer, because we understand a lot of new starters, entrepreneurs, they have lack of capital. Okay, they have lack of capital, but they have their time, their willingness to try in e-commerce. So in here, we try to do this model, is that we don't need to fork out capital to purchase stock. Okay, so we don't want to purchase from them. Okay, we say that the stock stay in your warehouse. Okay, stay in the Flu warehouse. Then we start listing at eBay. Okay, but we ask Flu to give us all the graphics, all the product details lah, right? So we start listing in eBay, US, and Australia. And later we found that Australia like the product more based on our testing. So we set up our eBay store in eBay Australia, ebay.com.au. Okay, so what happened? When there is a sales, okay, we send the invoice to Flu to pack. When there's sales, we send to only when we receive the money from the customer, we send the invoice to Flu, and then we pay them after we receive the money from the customer. So there's no capital outlay here. Okay, and then we arrange our third parties logistic to go to the Flu warehouse there to collect the parcel and then ship direct to customer. Okay, so again, this happens without any capital layout, because first we make the sales, then we collect the money from the customer. Only we use the money to pay Flu and then pay the third party air freight, third party logistic partner to ship the product to the customer. Okay, and then of course we still have to use our time lah to manage customer, to manage account, to list the product. That is our investment. Okay, time investment, not capital investment. Okay, why we create this business model? Because we want to find a way for those who have limited capital but still interested to do this cross-border e-commerce. Then dropship has been a workable method for quite some time already in e-commerce. Okay, and not just that. Okay, we don't use capital to purchase goods. And what is the highlight of this method is that we are actually selling 10 times more of the price that this manufacturer selling in Lazada. Let's say Lazada, this product, 12 ringgit 90 cents. We are selling at 38 Audi in ebay.com.au, okay, which is like 9 times lah. And this pillow, right, 8 ringgit 90 cents. You can check. You can check in Lazada yourself. Okay, 8 ringgit 90 cents. We are selling at 22 USD in USD market at that time. Okay, 95 ringgit lah. Okay, so it's a 10 times more market in overseas. That's why it's so enticing for us to try it out. Okay, because we've done our research, we know that it can be sold at this price. Okay, and what is the result? Okay, like result of selling 10x higher than local marketplace. Okay, so after 6 months trying with Flu, we are now the eBay top rated seller. And believe me, Malaysia product can compete. Look at the positive feedback, 99% positive feedback. Okay, if Malaysia cannot produce good product, I cannot get this 99% positive feedback. That's why we can compete. And in fact, okay, today I checked out with Self Trend. Shelf Trend is a third-party market analyze tool. It's not what I said. It's what Shelf Trend show. Okay, today 22 July. Malaysia bolster below case is ranked. Okay, of course, through us lah. KK E-commerce is ranked number 1. Okay, ranked number 1 in Australia. Okay, ranked number 1 in Australia. Imagine that Malaysian product selling local overseas. Okay, selling 10 times higher. Okay, without capital outlay. Okay, without capital outlay, that means I don't purchase the goods, and we become the top ranked number 1 seller in Australia in eBay. Okay, but then I will be lying to you if I tell you that everything works for everybody, because it's not all happy ending of the people who try out. Okay, so I will ask you not to rush to list, or just by having seen the good picture I presented previous slide. Wow, you think it's so easy? You want to rush to do eBay. A lot of people try and fail. Okay, definitely. Okay, it's not all happy ending, and you have to understand the market forces and dynamics of the business. Okay, before you can be successful. Okay, so just to start this, I would like to introduce myself. We are from KK E-commerce. I'm KK. My full name is Kotak Song. My alliance KK. What is KK E-commerce? Kita kongsi e-commerce. We share e-commerce. Okay. What we want to do is that we want to help e-commerce business during their most difficult time. Okay. And we are appointed as MDEC and ESR partner. Okay. For 2019-2020. Okay. So what we did is that we helped them to go around Malaysia at the times before MCO to motivate sellers, manufacturers to go on board cross-border e-commerce and start exporting. Okay, we are also trusted by Matrade to be their e-aggregator. You know, at that time they launched the e-trade fund, 5,000 for you to do cross-border e-commerce. We are one of their e-aggregator. Okay, and of course we are selected due to our contribution and our effort. We are selected to be in the first batch of this Alibaba Business School Nepreneur, where we stay 2 weeks there, go through the training, know how to do this better for Malaysia. Okay, so myself, I do overseas cross-border, I do Lazada business also. Okay, because you know you can do both. You can do Lazada Malaysia, and you can also sell overseas cross-border. Nothing is stopping you from doing that. Okay, and I'm the Lazada ambassador and certified trainer lah. Okay, my best record is in 2016. Okay, that time I still work for this cross-border company in Ipoh. Okay, and I helped them to manage the whole team, and the annual sales rise from 4 million to 12 million in a year. Okay, and for that reason, that strong performance, they give me a testimonial when I decided to leave their company for my own business. I want to start my own already after I know how to do it. But due to my contribution, the boss that time very good. He give me a testimonial, say that to as a way to tell my audience that I have did it for them, you know, to help them improve their e-commerce business in UK. Okay, this one is UK. And I start my own at the age of 41 years old. Okay, of course, at the start, do it in your house lah. Okay, so this is another way. Why I want to show this is because there's no too late. You know, at this difficult time, if you want to change to e-commerce, there's not too late. You know, I started in 41 years old. Okay, 41 years old. I started in a home. Then in 2019, I shift to shop lot. I started selling Lazada, then shift to the shop lot. Then in 2019, and during this MCO, whereby all the rent is very low, you know, I use this golden moment for me to go and get a two-story semi-D factory in Ipoh. Okay, so that I can give a full solution. I can do my own, and I also can give a full solution to my client. Okay, so that is my venture. Okay, as KK E-commerce. Okay, but I've been in e-commerce since 2016 but I went out to start myself in 2018. Okay. Okay, now after my brief introduction of myself, okay, and my business case, now let's go straight, okay, into what you need to know. Okay, after my experience and success in this cross-border e-commerce through dropshipping, I believe that you need to have this knowledge. Okay, the first knowledge is you need to know. Okay, what is the business model you want to use? Okay, what is the variation there? You know, it's not just dropshipping. There's others also. Second, you need to know how to learn to analyze the market size and determine your competition strategy. Okay, that is market research. Third is that you need to understand very well the costing. Okay, some of it you have to learn by mistake. Okay, but if you learn from us, at least we already encounter the mistake, we already pay the lessons. So when we teach you, right, you can avoid all this trap fall, you know, so that you don't waste the money there. Okay. Fourth, you know, then of course how to sign up an account, you know, all these eBay seller account, where to sign up, where you can get support, and then how do you want to start listing on eBay with the best method, okay, and the best practices. Then of course you need to know the business policies. What is the good business policies for your business? You need to set up this. It's not as simple as Lazada and Shopee. There's added complexity in that. Okay. After you did all this right, okay, now is to market your product. You know how to do marketing product. There's a lot of marketing tools. So we will also share our method in the marketing tools available in eBay. Lastly, okay, you want money support, you have a minimum capital. Okay, I'm very happy to tell you that there is a lot of grant from government, okay, for exporting, okay, or even for you to join e-commerce. Okay, so we will also share with you the experience of us helping our customers and client getting grant and money. Grant is not loan. You don't need to pay back. Okay, to money from government agencies like Trade, okay, to help set up their cross-border e-commerce business. Okay, so this will give you a full picture on how to do it. Okay, but due to the time limitation today, I will share with you, okay, the first agenda, which is the various model available. Okay, so at the start, I already shared with you that one of the first model is the drop shipping. Okay, the drop shipping method. Okay, it sounds all nice. Okay, but then there's some difficulty. Okay, the first difficulty is finding drop shipping suppliers. Okay, I know in the market a lot of people is saying that they are willing to give you drop shipping services. Okay, but I want to bring you up to this first, because there's a lot of dropshipping services in the market. Okay, in a retail supply chain, okay, manufacturers will sell X price, okay, to wholesalers, right? The big distributors. Then the wholesalers will sell at a price higher than the X price. We call that Y price lah, to the retailers, okay, the stores, the Tesco, all this, okay. And then the retailers will sell to consumer, which is buying per unit. Okay, we call it that RRP price, recommended retail price. Okay, so your supplier type, okay, determine the lowest price possible you can get from your supplier. Just for example here, if you get from manufacturers, of course, it's possible for you to get below X price. But if you are drop shipping from a wholesalers, okay, not the manufacturer, from a wholesalers, definitely you cannot get below X price, right? Because that is the cost price. Okay, you might get a Y price from them, but if you drop ship from a retailers, then of course you will even get a higher price. Okay, so your supplier type determine the lowest price possible. Okay, then the next people say that, of course, like that, I will want to go to get from manufacturers. But then drop shipper, there's a problem here. I explain to you. Okay, so the RRP is the recommended retail price. Now with e-commerce, okay, manufacturers and wholesalers, they can sell direct to consumer now. Okay, but then you will find that although they have X price, Y price, right, they will not sell at X price, Y price. They will mostly sell at RRP price. Okay, there might be some competition, but the manufacturers or wholesalers normally they will control the price a bit. Okay, because why? They will not want to queue out all the retailers, or the manufacturers will not want to queue the wholesalers, okay, which is buying bulk from them, right? If they sell X price direct to consumer, then they are like killing the wholesalers, they're killing the retailers. Then their retail supply chain will be breakdown. Okay, you have to understand that e-commerce is not everything. There's still this retail business. They cannot, because they just want to get new customers in the e-commerce market. Manufacturers will want to sell at X price to the e-commerce market. So they will still sell at RRP price to the consumer market. Okay, and wholesalers is getting X price from manufacturers because they are buying in bulk. Okay, that is the problem. Okay, if you go in and you talk to manufacturers, hey bro, I want to drop ship from you, but you need to give me X price. What's the reason that the manufacturer will want to give you X price when you are not buying from him and you have no MOQ? And why he will want to give a price lower than the wholesalers to you, right? He will be worried that you are going to disrupt his whole market supply chain, and you will be making all the wholesalers, retailers upset that it's like the manufacturers is using you to undercut other stakeholders. Okay, and that is the difficulty. If you're going at this angle, most probably it's hard for you to get a good price from the drop shipping suppliers. Okay, this is my experience because I have tried this with few manufacturers. If I go in, just I say that I want to drop ship from them, right? I will have a very high defensive wall there, because why? They will ask, what's your MOQ? Are you going to buy in container? I'm not. I want to just buy one per piece and you pack for me. Then definitely they will give me a price which is very high, and then it's just slightly lower than the RRP price, but it's still high. Okay, so that is the one of the challenges, okay, you will face if you try to look for your own supplier. Of course, you can, some wholesalers or some retailers they are already offering drop shipping. Okay, so they offer you this method also, but then their price is normally higher than the X price. Okay, so you have to understand the whole picture of this drop shipping supply mechanism. Okay, so what I did to break through flu, is that I want to move from this buyer-seller relationship. That means if I buy cheaper from them, then they profit less, and I don't have MOQ. That is very hard to overcome in their mindset. They will feel that no lah, I cannot do. So I moved away from buyer and seller relationship. So in this flu, I went to them. I asked them, I want to, can you hire me? Okay, please hire me to do this for you. Okay, then you ask, Cole, what are you what you want to do for me? Okay, I say, Flu, what I want is that I want to sell your own brand. Okay, your own brand, not other brand, your own brand at 10 times the market price. Oh, yes, possible, because like if I sell at this price, right, then it's not cannibalizing their market already, right? Yeah. Then they feel, very, very impressive. Then they say, and that I don't want to do in local marketplace. I don't want to do in Lazada, Shopee. I want to do in US and Australia market. Hire me to help you bring your product overseas. Okay? And I'm going to sell this at 10 times more higher. Okay. If you approach a manufacturer like that, as a manufacturer now, are you more acceptable to my proposal? Definitely, am I right? It's not cannibalizing market. It's not asking me for a low price. Don't start with asking, I want low price. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Start with this. Start to impress them on the value you can offer first. Okay? Then, of course, they are worried. Wow, Cole, you're so popular. You're so knowledgeable in e-commerce. How much we need to pay? How much we need to pay to you? I said, brother, no worries. No base salary. No sales, no pay. Okay? That's the reality of drop shipping. Although the drop shipper provider might tell you that, they're helping you lah, they're giving you free money, free stock lah. Actually, dropshipper in truth, okay, you are having a zero base salary and you don't have sales, you have no pay. It's like a commission, 100% commission relationship. Okay, and for this type of relationship, any boss, any employer is happy. Why? They are not worried about hiring you, okay, but you cannot deliver and they have to pay you high salary, right? That is the fear of every employer. Now I'm telling you that you're hiring me, and I'm going to show you that it's workable. Okay, I'm going to show you that it's workable, and if it's not workable, you don't need to pay me anything. Fine. And if I manage to generate sales, only you share the profit with me. Okay, you share the profit with me, and this become you can discuss okay. At the start, you have to share me more profit first because I don't have any pay, right? I still need to survive. After, like, let's say you pay me like 3,000 per month. Then after that, then you take the big cut. Okay, I take the small cut. I will encourage you to do that, because you have to balance the thing. If the manufacturers see that you are taking the biggest cut of the profit, then the next thing they want to think is, why don't I do my own? Why don't I do my own? It's proven workable. Then I just do my own, and that will break your relationship with your manufacturers. Okay. At the end, we want this to be a long lasting. So I'm now your employee. Okay. Now I'm employee. Then I know their organization structure. Once I know the people, then other things can be solved, like the quality of the product, the shipment time, and even I will get to know the lowest cost price, because I'm inside their team now. I'm not their buyer. If a buyer-seller relationship, it's like, my cost price is my trade secret. I will not let you know. Okay. But then now I'm not a buyer now. I'm in their team. I'm their teammate. I'm in a collaboration with their teammate. He is my boss. I'm the employee. Then higher chances, sooner or later, I will get to know the lowest cost price. And of course, I roughly know the lowest cost price in Flu now, and they're quite friendly and open with that because they don't treat me as a buyer. Okay, I'm here for the long term with them. That gives them the trust and the relationship confidence to engage me as their seller in overseas. Okay, so remember that, because I have a lot of my students say that they cannot get the price from manufacturers because I told them that you are not in their team. How you want to break this? You need to think about their perspective also. Okay, why would they want to sell you at the lowest price when somebody is buying bulk from them, and they will make the buyer, the bulk buyer, angry? But it's different story if you approach them like this. Okay, so go and find out all these Malaysian manufacturers, good Malaysian manufacturers, which have not started exporting. Okay, and start your journey with them. And I think the chances of them using you is very high if you approach them. It's like, for them, it's like no need to pay salary, but a really aggressive employee want to join my company. That kind of relationship, and that will be very it's much more acceptable for the manufacturers to support you in your cross-border drop shipping business model. Okay, so thank you. I look at the comment, very smart. KK, Jessica, one, thank you. Okay, I'm sharing my honest experience with you all. Okay, so because that is the problem I found in my students in my previous class. They tell me that everything is good, but I cannot get supplier. I said, why you're not getting supplier? You are not, because you try to win first. You want to get the lowest price. Don't do that. Go and approach them as that you are like looking for a job, and then you don't need pay. I just need a chance on me. I don't need you to pay me. I just need a chance. That kind of approach will resonate with a manufacturer boss more well than you go there. Give me lowest price. Who the heck are you? Why I want to give you the lowest price? So remember that. Okay. Okay. So next is the advantages and disadvantages of this training. Okay, let me see how many time I have. I need to manage a bit. Okay, 30 more minutes. Okay, So this type of business, there's few advantages and disadvantages. Okay, first advantages is that if you use this business model, you can get free duty. A lot of students ask me, have to pay duty? Declare how? All this? But brother, there's this de minimis. Okay, what is de minimis? In Aussie and Australia, if you are selling a sales is less than 800 USD, or in Australia less than 1,000 Aussie, okay, if your product, if you are this, then they give you free duty. No need to declare, no need to what. You can go in, ship to the customer, free custom duty. Free custom duty. Okay, because they want to. This is the cross-border arrangement lah. Malaysia one is 500 ringgit. Okay, that means if China seller they sell to Malaysia below 500 free duty, no need declaration. That's why you see so many China seller in Lazada lah, Shopee lah. They ship direct from China when you place the order here, and they don't need to worry about all these duties, all these things, because it's all free if you are selling below this de minimis. Okay, de minimis. Okay, and for United States is 800 USD, and for Australia is below 1,000 Aussie. Okay, and that is good. Okay, for you don't need to worry as an entrepreneur starting to drop ship with a manufacturer. You don't need to worry about the duty. And often here I put might not need. Okay, but often you don't need any documents and certification, because why? The cost, the border, the customer, they are not able to get any income from you already, because it's free duty, right? Below the de minimis range. Okay, so there's no income from them to go and check your document, your certification. And often our products ship to our customer without the customs stopping the thing or ask for any documents. Okay, Super Ring lah, White Coffee lah, Kacik Fatima lah. I have all my friends selling this. All this they sell to overseas without any. You still need the invoice lah, the sales invoice, but they don't need to, they don't ask for all this medical certification safety certification no. Okay, all this below 1,000, okay, in US, and below 1,000, below 800 in US, and below 1,000, you are at that de minimis range. Okay, and that is suitable for drop shipping lah, right? You don't need to worry about, you want to sell 1 unit, 2 unit, you need to go and count all these documents and certifications. It's so expensive. Okay, so you don't need to do that. Okay, so this is suitable for drop shipping. And of course, it's also very good to test your product first. Okay, so you manufacture this product. Okay, before you ship 1 container to the market I will suggest you test the market first. You don't want the 1 container goods in that market cannot sell, and your buyer go and cry to you, right? So it's good for you to test market using this method. Okay, in foreign market first. Okay, so I test in Australia, I test in US. Australia seems to very receptive to our new product. Okay, good. Let's focus on Australia. Okay, that you can do that without any much further. You don't need to work. You don't need to worry about Australia certification or all those laws, regulation until you decided to go big. So it's a good way to test first. Okay, but then the disadvantage is that to do this, the air freight is costly, and then it's not like Lazada, Shopee. Lazada, Shopee, everybody get a free rate. Okay, free rate card. In this cross border, it's actually based on the amount you ship per week. Okay, for I could not share my rate because it's not allowed by my third party service provider. So I share this open. This is I get from the online. Okay, you can see every service provider they will have different price for different volume. Okay. If you are shipping from up to 7 parcels in 2-month period, you get 0% discount. But if the more you ship and the more discount you get. Okay, so sad to say, in this business, it's expensive for new business to start alone. Okay, alone, ALONE, alone. Okay, because if you want to start, I would suggest you join some community like our community, KK ECOMMERCE community, whereby we already have some volume and we can share with you our rates. Okay, we can share with you our VIP rates so that you don't need to start at the highest point of shipping costs. Okay, and then we have various type of shipping. There's economy, there is international, and there is also express. Okay, so there's different. I will not go into details. DHL Express is DHL Express. You know that, but there's other more economy solutions. Okay, so you need to find out what type of solution is too suitable for you. If you want cheap, because your product you want cheapest air freight drop shipping. Okay, then the first thing is that you need to join a community like KK e-commerce community, whereby we can share our lower rate with you. Because if you start your own, you will get the 0% here, the highest walk-in rate. Okay, walk-in rate is very expensive. That's why a lot of people complain and stop here because they do it alone, and then they say it's too expensive, I cannot do this. Yes, because you have not joined a community and get no community. Like we group our volume together, and then we tell the service provider that we have this volume, give her a better rate. Okay, if you join, then you will get a much more lower air freight rate from the service provider. Okay. Then second is that you need to find out which type of service provider you want. Okay, so that is the challenges in this drop shipping program. Okay. Okay, then the another challenge is that, you know, when there's return from customer, let's say you want to ship back from Australia to Malaysia, it's also very expensive. Okay, and that's why we always ask people that if you want to do this drop shipping, make sure that you avoid all those cheap, low quality product. Make sure you aim from a good quality, high quality, trustable product. I always tell Flu, okay, I don't want cheap product. I want good quality product, because if cheap, people unhappy, they want to return, you will lose a lot of money in that. Okay, so avoid at all sense all those low quality cheap products. Okay. Okay, so after you try out this. Okay, you try out the drop shipping. Got sales got sales coming in. Then this is the second method. Okay, second business model. Now you know it's proven you can get sales. Now is to scale it up. You know, I want to scale up and I want to improve my profit margin per unit. Okay, then you can consider shipping your product to a third party overseas fulfillment warehouse. Then if there is a sale, the invoice is sent to the fulfillment warehouse, and the fulfillment warehouse will not use air freight. So air freight is out of here already. They will use the normal local last mile ground delivery and send to your customer. This is where you save money. Okay, and the most popular is in the world, Western market, is FBA, fulfillment by my Amazon, which will be shared by my colleague. I think he will share about this in the next session. Okay, and what's the advantages and disadvantages about this? Okay, so you will have lower fulfillment costs, higher profit. Only maybe only. Okay, and of course, because it's from local fulfillment, last mile is doing last mile here in the country itself. It's much faster. Okay, and customer to return to a local warehouse is also faster and cheaper. And in fact, your local warehouse can resell your product again. Okay, and definitely all consumer, they like to buy local. Okay, and it's also help them save some taxes. Okay, because in eBay I found that if I sell a ship from Malaysia, right, the customer need to pay 10% more GST. But if I use this business model, the GST is waived, because I already pay duties when I ship the product in bulk to the third party warehouse in Australia. Okay, but of course the disadvantages is this business model is very costly. If your products you ship there and not selling. Okay, if you ship one container to this third party warehouse fulfillment and if it's not selling, you every month you still get the service charge, storage charge. Every month you are bleeding money, and your stock is stuck there, right? So it's very costly if your product's not selling. That's why I say lower fulfillment cost. Maybe if you are selling well, then this is true. But if your products is not selling, then you are in big trouble now. Okay, and you might lose a lot of money. So test market first with model one. the one which I introduced you at the start. It's a good way to start your entrepreneurship. Also, it's a good way to test a model for already brand owner. If you are a brand owner, right, you can do it immediately. You don't need dropship, right? But you test your market first with model number 1, okay? And definitely because you are shipping bulk, okay, to the country now, you need to have all these certifications, duties ready and follow the regulations of that targeted country. More things to do, more mafan, okay? That is the disadvantage. Okay, so I'm now touched on business model 1. Okay, but now it's already 2:45. I only have 15 minutes more. It's not possible for me to go through with you all the other segment of this business. Okay, so for this Sidec one, I'm going to continue my sharing in this Saturday and Sunday. Okay, everybody is very busy in Monday to Friday, so I'm going to continue the discussion, the remainder topic, okay, in Saturday and Sunday. You see the amount of stuff I need to share with you, right? So many, okay, all my real experience, okay, and I need time, okay, and it will be a 2 half day, okay, 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. 1:30 p.m. okay, and for this, right, okay, I need to charge, okay, it cannot be free. Thank you to Sidec, right? But this one I have to charge, okay, and I'm only collecting a very minimal fee, 399 ringgit from you guys, okay, to do this 2 half day sharing with you, whereby I can share with you all the stuff I know doing eBay business, okay? Just 399. You can pay by touch and go, or you can just bank into my bank account and then just WhatsApp me your payslip to by this number, WhatsApp number, and then you can join the class. Okay, this Saturday, Sunday. After this, don't ask me when. I don't know when. Okay, it's like if I think I need to do, I need to do. Okay, and don't ask me whether got discount or not. The price will only go further upwards because why? I have more things to learn. I have more things to share. Then the thing will, the price will keep going up. It will never go down. Okay. When I start doing this, I already start sharing it. But when I start the class, if you have joined before, the time is 199. Okay. When I become successful and I have to do more things, I share more stuff, right? It's 399. If I do more stuff again, I have more plans in the future, then it will be 599, 799. Okay. So the price will just keep going up. Okay. So highlights of this sharing, of our sharing this Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Again, you are learning from a person who has done it successfully. Okay. We are ranked first in Australia for bolster pillow cover in eBay Australia. Okay. Our pillow cover is not selling cheap. Okay. 10 times the price at 19.99 Aussie dollars. Okay. And it's like 60 ringgit plus. Okay. And we are eBay selected top rated seller for selling bedding product. Okay. We also provide you free access to market analyze tool, shelf trend. Okay. And there is more than more than 170 pages of notes, 20 video clips for the class. Okay. And we share from you from our costing, our cost to profit, all the tips we share. Some students even tease me, say that, Cole, you share until like can see underwear. It's true. Full sharing with real listings. Okay, real listings, real sharing, real rates, no hiding. That is our motto, Okay, and after the sharing, right, you're afraid that you forget or you want help, support Don't worry. As long as I'm in this business, okay, I will move you to a exclusive WhatsApp community. And as long as I'm in this business, your question, I will try to help as much as possible. Okay, I will do whatever I can to help you to be successful in your cross-border e-commerce business. Lifetime means as long as I'm in the business, right? Okay. So we also will be sharing our experience on how to access the funding and grants outside. Okay. But trade and all this, we always have our antenna and relationship with them, so that if there's opportunity, we want to share as soon as possible with our students and with our community. Okay. And you are not the first. This is not the first. I already conducted more than 10 already. And most of them, okay, are very happy, and I always get good feedbacks and reviews from our students. Okay, so this is some of our feedbacks. Okay, some of our class, they joined this guy Heng Cheng Chuan, my top fan. I always say he's my top fan. He's a pharmacist from Johor Bahru. Okay, he joined my first class 199, then he joined my second class 399 again, and he said that every time I increase the price, there is definitely increase of the content. Okay, and okay, so you can see here the Kevin Chan. Okay, Chia Yi. Okay, all this is real students. Real students in my class before. Okay, there's so much feedback I can send to you only, show you only. Okay, so why we get this good feedback is because we are not like just tell you theories, you know, or not give you solution. We are giving you the real experience how we do it, not really like step by step with it. But again, it does not guarantee you to be successful, you know, because it's still depending on your product and your effort and your motivation to do it. Okay, but you are in a community and we will be there, okay, to continue to support you at all times. Okay, so it's not that after the training our relationship ends. We actually want to use this training to give a foundation to our community, and we hope to build a vibrant community in Malaysia for cross-border e-commerce. That is our objective. Okay, so if I think I still have 9 more minutes, but I think it's fine because we can still open for some question and what. Okay, so this is the last slides. Okay, this is my email address. Okay, KK TS. I have my Facebook channel, facebook.com. You can search for it. Okay, I also have YouTube sharing tips around. Okay, you can subscribe. Okay, my website is www.kkecommerce.com, of course lah. So I have left 8 minutes back to my my host, and let me end this sharing, and I see is there any question which I can answer in this 8 minutes? Okay. Yes. So thank you for the time and patience to listen to me blah 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 blah.
Actually, very, very good. You know, like a lot of questions for you, like KK. Yes, but we'll pick some during this time, and then like for later also you will be with us to answer their questions. Now, Xiao Kuan have a question where you talk about flu. They were thinking about like, what if flu is when going out of stock? Then what do?
They will let me know because I'm their team already. Okay. First thing, when I drop ship, right? That's why I say you need to be in that team so that when they're out of stock, they will immediately remember to inform you. But if you are a buyer like that, they will also don't bother. That's the problem. Okay, so I have no encounter because I'm their friend already. You know, it's like you friend with friend, your colleague, right? They will say, "Hey, cool, tomorrow no stock already, that's it. I quickly go and end." But you have to be their friend, right? Relationship is very important there. You know, that's where I don't have problem with flu on that because we are brothers. Okay. We are brothers in trying to expand their market in overseas. Okay.
Exactly. So that's where you mentioned about very good point. So be their partners, be their, you know, like employee in the company. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And then there's another question also. A lot of people want to know also. Where's your warehouse in Australia?
Melbourne. I tell you, my warehouse is another story, okay? But I don't want to share here, not too long already. Come to my class, I will share with you how I set up my warehouse, okay?
Okay, and then we have a couple of good questions also over here, but I think it's good to also like keep until the end. But someone wants to know about your class. Yeah, your class about like, is there any deadline to join your class that you mentioned?
Today is 24th already. I'm doing my class on Saturday. Tomorrow is the deadline. So we do that like why? I don't want you after this training, then you forget already. First day still got fire. Second day want to go forget 50%. 1 week later, forget everything already. Okay, let's fry this thing when this is hot. Okay, after today, tomorrow register. Saturday, let's go. Let's start our journey. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Very good one. And one more, I think we cue it here from Jessica. Actually, Jessica said, She asked about drop shipping lengthens the delivery time, right? Because we need to wait from the manufacturers and all. So overseas buyer willing to wait or not? Yeah. So as far as she knows, yeah.
I get 99% customer positive feedback. Okay, the result already answer your question. They are willing to wait for you to ship from Malaysia to their country, but don't use sea freight lah. Use air freight. 5-10 days is okay to them, and after that they're still willing to give you good feedback rating. 99%. That is what my achievement.
Very, very impressive. Yes,
Yeah.
very good one. And actually, someone also asked about like software and all. I believe, yeah, for all of you are here with KK right now, those that actually interested to join his class, you will find out way more information from KK. Yeah,
Yes,
during
yes.
weekend of time. Yeah, so do sign up for the class as well. But for some questions, let's keep until the end. Yeah, so let's keep until the end. So we have KK to rest for a while, and we will invite our next speaker. Thank you so much, KK, for sharing. Wonderful sharing.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Bye-bye.
See you in a bit. No, ciao. Okay. All right. So over here, yeah. So all of you have questions. Yeah, we keep track of your questions as well. So we'll pick some relevant ones. Stay with us until the end. And next up, right now, we actually have the next speaker with us, Poh Kuan. Yeah. So all of you. Hello, all of you just now hear from KK about eBay a lot, right? So a little bit of background over here. Wonderful sharing from KK. And for Poh Kuan here, he actually does cross-border e-commerce on the Amazon US market. Yeah, so some different perspective for those that are actually interested as well. Yeah, so this session will be with Poh Kuan. He has actually 3 years experience selling on US Amazon already. And he looks pretty young, everyone. He's actually a college student when he started that. And then with like a minimal capital, 4 figures capital, and he rolled the whole startup until 6 figures in sales. And happy to mention also, he's also one of the speaker in DMC that specialize in conducting training for Amazon related courses. Yeah, so I'll pass the time for Poh Kuan, and later on, he also have like another partner to come on sharing about like another concept or cross-border as well. The time is all yours, Poh Kuan.
Okay, first of all, thank you very much, Chacha, for the great introductions, and thanks, Sidec, for inviting me for these sessions. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up my screen real quick. Okay, please let me know in the chat room if you can see my screen. Just want to make sure everything is perfect. Okay, so I won't spend too much time on introducing myself because I only have 20 minutes. So I want to give as much value as possible to all of you guys. Okay, so I'm going to talk about cross-border e-commerce, so specifically on Amazon. Okay, so what we'll get to learn today is I will give you an overview of cross-border e-commerce platform, which is Amazon in my case, and
Hello. Yes. Yeah. So if just to double check over here, a little bit of technical issues. Yeah, the internet. So if everyone can see me, hear me, all right. No, it's not going to. It's not Frozen 3. Yeah. So if everyone can see me, all right, over here. Yeah, you can comment. Yes,
Oh,
we have
sorry.
feedback.
I
Yeah, too
was
many people tuning in. Yeah, technical problem. Technical
yeah. Sorry,
problem.
sorry about that. Sorry about that.
It's
Okay.
okay. It's fine. Yeah, can see. Yeah. All right.
Where,
So
where,
I'll pass
where,
it.
where did I stop just now?
The very first slide.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So sorry about that.
All right.
Okay.
I'll
So
pass the time back to you again.
yeah. So can everyone see my screen now? Okay. Okay, so sorry about that. Some technical issues because of the connections. Okay, so let me just go over again. Okay, so my name is Poh Kuan, and I'm not going to spend too much time on my introductions because I only have 20 minutes, and then I want to give as much value as possible within the 20 minutes. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so three things that you will get to learn today is first of all, an overview of cross-border e-commerce platform, which is Amazon. And then how do you start a cross-border e-commerce business? And some truth that e-commerce guru won't tell you. Okay, so before you want to start a cross-border e-commerce business, there are some questions that you need to ask yourself. So is there a demand for your products? Because you don't want your product to send over to the US and then you cannot sell. Okay, it will hurt a lot. Okay, so second thing is, how will you handle returns? Okay, are you able to ship to these countries to all your customers? How do you deal with customers? Okay, in terms of customer service and all that. And how do you deal with tax and tariff? Okay, so I will get back to all these questions after my sharing on Amazon. Okay, so let's get into it. Today I'm going to share to you the biggest e-commerce platform in the world, which is Amazon. So I'm not going to spend too much time on like explaining to you how powerful Amazon is. I believe everyone knows how powerful Amazon is. So it makes Jeff the richest man in the world. So okay, let's get into it. Okay, so the most common questions that I get from like from some Malaysia friends like who for Malaysian who are interested in doing e-commerce. So the most common question is, what is the difference between Amazon and Shopee? Okay, so I pulled out a data from 2020. Okay, so let's get into it and then let's see what is the difference between Amazon and Shopee. Okay, first of all, the traffic on Amazon is 2.6 billion, and then Shopee is 5.2 million. So the concept is the one Amazon stores equals to 500 Shopees. Okay, it's 500 times bigger than Shopee. So in terms of traffic, Amazon is 500 times bigger than Shopee. Okay, and then revenue, Amazon have made over 280 billion in 2020, and then Shopee almost 500 million. So also 500 times much bigger. So let's imagine that. Okay, if we are a e-commerce sellers, and then normally we go in the market and we grab a percentage or a portions of the market shares. Okay, let's imagine that if we grab 0.001% of the market from both Amazon and Shopee. Okay, so if you grab 0.001% of the market in Amazon, you will make 2.8 million in sales. Okay, in Amazon. But if you get to grab like 0.00001% of the market shares from Shopee, you will make about $5,000 in sales. Okay, so these are just some difference in numbers because Amazon is a much bigger marketplace than Shopee. Okay, so okay, the next thing is the business model. Okay, the business model in Amazon is what we call fulfilled by Amazon. Okay, and then for Shopee is fulfilled by merchants. Let's talk about Shopee first. Okay, so most of the startup Shopee sellers, what they will do is they will source product from China, and then they will store their products and store their inventory in their home or even in their own warehouse. And then once they get an order, they will fulfill the order by themselves. Okay, meaning that they will, once they get the order, they will print out the shipping slip, and then they'll send it to J&T and drop into J&T, and that's how they do it. Okay, for Amazon, the biggest difference between Shopee and Amazon is, for Amazon, you don't even have to worry about all of the fulfillments, because Amazon handles all the fulfillment for you. Okay, so basically, I will share more on that, more on how do we do that, and the SOP, and then the whole process of how we sell on Amazon. Okay, so for now, the model is fulfilled by Amazon simply means that you ship your inventory into Amazon warehouse, and then Amazon handles all that for you. So you don't have to worry about your fulfillment. You don't have to worry about your customer service and all that. Okay, so okay, the pricing. I believe a lot of people encounter these pricing issues when searching product on Shopee. Okay, so Amazon 4 to 5 times of the cost price. Okay, so the pricing here is of the cost price. So for example, 4 to 5 times of the cost price is, for example, you are getting a product that costs you $5, and then you can sell $25 on Amazon. Okay, but Shopee, most of the time, because I have encountered this myself, and then most of the time, if the product costs about $5, you might only get to sell at $10 in Shopee. This is a very common issue. So the profit margin is a bit different from Shopee and Amazon. Of course, there are so many things that need to be calculated. So this is some difference between Amazon and Shopee. Okay, so the audience for Amazon is they buy product based on quality, not price. But Shopee, most of the buyers are bargain hunters. Okay, they want cheap products, and then they want good and cheap products. Okay, so these are some main difference between Shopee and Amazon. Okay, specifically Amazon US marketplace. Yeah. So okay, so as you know, Amazon is so much bigger than Shopee. Is 500 times bigger than Shopee. So how do you get started selling on Amazon? So like, what is the difference between like selling on Shopee and selling on Amazon? Okay, so I'm going to show you the A to Z process for us selling on Amazon. So it's like the SOP that that we want to sell a product on Amazon. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, first of all, so what we need to do is just like how you want to sell on Shopee, just like how you want to sell on e-commerce. So first of all, we'll do product research. Okay, we do product research, and then in product research, we need to generate product ideas, because we need a lot of product ideas to seize, and then to select what product we need to sell. Okay, after generating some product ideas, we need to validate the data. Okay, we validate the data. We make sure that there are demands for these products in the market. Okay, so after the data validation, after making sure that okay, there are actually demands on this market, and then I think we can sell it. Okay, the next thing you need to do is making sure that there are keyword demands. Okay, what do I mean by keyword demands? Okay, keyword demands means the product, there are people who searching on these products. Okay, because we don't want to sell products that people are not looking for it. For example, we don't want to sell a vintage product in Connaught Pasar Malam. Okay, so that is the concept. Okay, so of course there are tools. There are so many software tools out there to conduct this kind of product research. Okay, so and then the second things, which is very uncommon in Malaysia, is differentiations. Okay, many sellers fail because they neglect the importance of product differentiation. Okay, so what do we need to do in this step is we need to differentiate our products. We don't want to sell the exact same thing in the markets. Okay, I believe a lot of, I would say, not Shopee sellers, a lot of e-commerce sellers, they just go into the market by just going to 1688 or Alibaba, and they just source from the website, or they just purchase a bulk of stock, and then they just send to the marketplace and sell. Okay, they do not customize it. They do not find the differentiation. They do not do any, like, they don't have any unique selling point for their products. Okay, it might work like back in 5 or 10 years, but as everyone knows, the e-commerce marketplace is getting more and more competitive. So this is one of our key things that makes our product success in selling on Amazon. Okay, so we differentiate our product. Of course, we need to validate our ideas. Okay, because why we need to validate our ideas? Because this is like if you think that this product is good and you think that in your opinion this is a very good product, and then but the thing is you are not buying the products. Okay, the consumer is buying it. So you need to make sure that the consumer loves your ideas of your differentiations. Okay, so this is one of the very important part as well. Okay, so after selecting a product and then after we differentiate the products, what will go next is we will do our final validations. So in this stage, we'll make sure that all our product has a healthy profit margins. Okay, because we need to market the products, we need to spend money on advertising. Okay, we need to spend money on advertising to launch the products. Okay, so in the third step, we make sure that this product has a healthy profit margin, because we don't want to sell product that has no profit margins. Okay, so the fourth step is product sourcing. After selecting your products, after getting your ideas, and then after validating the product that you want to sell, the fourth thing that you need to go into is source your product from China. Okay, so in our strategies, we source from China most of the time. Okay, because of the price advantage in China. So we source from China. So there are two ways of doing it. So you can source product from China yourself on sourcing website like Alibaba or 1688, or the second way of doing it is getting a sourcing agent. So the sourcing agent is the one who handles all those sourcing for you. Okay, so for myself, I use a sourcing agent, and then the third thing that you need to do is send your products to the US. Okay, so our business model is quite different. We don't do drop shipping, so we send a bunch of products to the US first. Okay, and then we start selling it. This is our business model. Okay, so that we gain a higher profit margins. Okay, so of course the last step for it is to launch your products. Okay, so to launch your products, a lot of people might thinking that how do you get sales? How do you get sales on Amazon? Or how do you launch a product on Amazon? Okay, so the key concept here is get your product listing to rank on page number 1 through several methods, including PPC or even giveaway. Like these two are the most common strategies that we use to launch our product on Amazon.com. Okay, so let's imagine that if you want to launch a product, you need to make sure that your product is on page 1. So whenever, for example, you want to you are selling a cup. Okay, you're selling a cup. So you need to make sure that when people type in cup, and then your product listing shows up on page number 1. Okay, so because this is a very common things that when people try to buy products online, when people try, like imagine you are buying something from Shopee, you will not go over page 1. You only search and browse the product on page 1. So anything that is beyond page 1 or page 2, you will not even look at it. So the key things to make sales on Amazon is to get your product ranked on page number 1 through several methods. Okay, so the formula of making sales is very, very, very straightforward. So is traffic time conversions. So for the traffic part is if you can make your listing to the page 1 of the search term, you don't have to worry about the traffic. Okay, because people will search for the keywords and then they will click into your listings. Okay, so if you have already ranked our product onto page 1, but you're still not getting sales, that might be a conversion problems. Okay, it might be because your price are too high, or your image are too bad, and then your listing is not even optimized. Okay, so the key things to make sales is like, just don't panic when you don't get sales whenever you try to sell online or sell on some e-commerce platforms. Okay, always go back to these formulas, so and figure out what is the problem and troubleshoot your problems. Okay, so from there you might get some sales, or you might increase your sales or revenue. Okay, so some pros and cons for selling on Amazon. Okay, so let's talk about some pros first, because there are always pros and cons when doing something. There are always a trade-off. Okay, so for the benefits for being an Amazon sellers, you have time freedom because you don't have to deal with customer service. So you don't have to reply to customer messages because Amazon team will handle all that. Okay, so for Shopee, you might need to reply to some customer questions and all that. Okay, for Amazon, no. So you just need to spend some time to find products and launch product, and that's all. Okay, after all the process, you will be getting what we call passive income. Okay, second thing, high profit margin because you are earning USD. Okay, you can sell at a higher price compared to Shopee. So we tend to make higher profit margin in most cases. Okay, so and then the third thing is this is the biggest e-commerce platform in the world. Okay, so meaning that there are so many ready buyers in the platforms. So as long as you can come out with a products that give them values, they will buy it. Okay, they will buy it so that you can make sales out from them. Okay, so the biggest e-commerce platform in the world is Amazon. Okay, so and then of course there are some downside of selling on Amazon. First of all, high upfront investment because just like what I mentioned, our business model is to buy a tons of inventory. For example, we buy 1,000 units of product A, and then we need to ship them from China to the US, and we stock in Amazon warehouse in the US. Okay, so we need to pay for storage fees, of course, and then we need to pay Amazon the fulfillment cost for that. Okay, so the second thing is cash flow issues. What do I mean by cash flow issues? Because imagine that because it needs longer time for you to get back your money or get back your investment. Okay, because you need to order your product like in advance of 2 months or maybe 1 month. Okay, because it takes time to ship your product from China to US. Okay, and then of course Amazon reserve your fund for 2 weeks, meaning that after you made the sales, Amazon will reserve the fund for 2 weeks. Why? Because they have policies called 30 days money back guarantee. So they want to make sure that the buyers or the customer is not returning your products, and then they only release your fund. So you might have some cash flow issues. So the way to counter it is to have backup funds for it. Okay, you need to have backup funds to restock your products. Okay, so imagine if you send your first batch of product and then they are selling very well. So you need more money. You need more money to restock and to send your second batch of products into the US warehouse. And then third, very highly competitive because the profit margin is too high, and then because of the benefits of selling on Amazon, a lot of Chinese sellers is jumping into the market. Okay, a lot of Chinese sellers jumping. Chinese sellers is people who live in China. The China seller, I can say China sellers because there are so many benefits of it, and then this is why it makes the Amazon marketplace so competitive. Okay, I can say there are 40 to 50% of Amazon sellers are China seller. Okay, so we need to make sure to implement the right strategies in order to fight against those China sellers. Okay, so these are some pros and cons for selling on Amazon. Okay, so the truth that e-commerce guru don't tell, because I have seen a lot of YouTube ads like selling their course, selling their Amazon course, and then on YouTube lah. So what they will say is they will take a product, for example like cup, and then they tell you that okay, this one costs $2 $2 on Alibaba, and then Amazon is selling $20. Okay, so the profit margin is $18, which is not correct. Okay, because there's a fees called Amazon fees. Okay, so Amazon fees, Amazon actually charge quite hefty fees lah. Okay, so there are two parts of Amazon fees. First of all is Amazon referral fees. So most of the time 15%. For example, your selling price is $100, they take 15% for their commissions. And then there's a fees called FBA fees. FBA fees, which is the fees or the cost for them to pick and ship your product to the customers. Okay, so most of the time I would say the healthy profit margin will be around 30% to 50%. Okay, between 30 to 50%. Okay, so it's not what those ads says that you can gain like 100% or 200% of the profit. This is not true lah. Okay, and then the second thing is upfront investments. Okay, Amazon requires higher upfront investment than a lot of platforms. Okay, a lot of platforms. For example, you might only need 1,000 Malaysian ringgit to start a Shopee store. Okay, but for Amazon, I suggest to have at least $5,000 USD dollars to start one single product. So this is a downside of it, of course, because like a lot of young entrepreneurs, they don't want to have such a huge commitment on a e-commerce store. Okay, so high upfront investment. I want to be very honest to all of you guys. So Amazon fees, quite high Amazon fees, because I know Shopee is charging around 2 to 4% Shopee for one transactions for the Shopee fees. Okay, Amazon is 15% plus FBA fees, which add up about 30%. So Amazon will take 30% out from your selling price. Okay, so high Amazon fees, upfront investment, and then most of the time they don't talk about backup funds. Okay, they don't talk about backup funds. Backup funds is the money that you need to reorder. I mean, for your second batch of shipment. Because why we need backup funds? Why backup funds is so important when selling on Amazon? Okay, so if you remember, I talked about the ranking. Okay, if you want to make sales, you need to rank your product on page 1. Okay, on Amazon. So imagine that the first batch of product is selling very, very well. Okay, and then it's running out of stock. So you need to reorder the second batch of products to send them to the Amazon warehouse, and then it takes time. It takes maybe 1 or 2 months. Okay, so if you don't have the backup funds for your second batch of products, you will run out of stocks. Then you run out of stocks, you will lose your ranking immediately. Okay, so because Amazon algorithm works like this. Okay, so if you make sales, they will think that, oh, this listing is making us sales and then it's doing quite well. So let's rank this listing to the first page. Okay, so we make more sales. Okay, so when you run out of stocks, Amazon might be thinking that, okay, so this listing is stop making us sales. It's stop making any sales. So your ranking will drop. Okay, slowly. Okay, so the backup funds is very, very important. Okay, for anyone who want to start Amazon business. Okay, and then the fourth thing is the risk. Okay, because we are sending products from China to the US, we are not sending to Malaysia, we are sending to China. Okay, so if the worst case scenario, what if I believe like a lot of people might be asking that, what if I ship maybe 1,000 unit of products to the US warehouse, but they don't sell at all? Okay, but they don't sell at all. So yeah, to be very honest to you, this is the risk of selling on Amazon. Okay, if they don't sell, the only way you can do is you can liquidate your products, or you can just dispose all your products. Okay, it's no point to send your product back to Malaysia or even back to China, because just to be very honest with you, the shipping fees is not that cheap. It's quite expensive. So it's not a smart choice to send all your product back from US to Malaysia or even China. Okay, so this is the risk that include in selling on Amazon. Okay, so let's talk about some advantages to start Amazon FBA business as a Malaysian, because I believe everyone here is Malaysians. And okay, so first of all, English language. So I believe everyone can speak English, everyone can read English, everyone can understand English in Malaysia. Okay, so it's not like China. Most of them cannot read English and they cannot speak English. So it might be like it's a bit more harder for them, because you need to write a listing, you need to contact with seller support and all that. So for us, no problem. English language, no problem. So the second thing is cultural perceptions. Okay, because as a Malaysians, we live with like multicultural. Okay, we live with people from all walks of life. We have friends who from Bangladesh. We have friends who from India, Malay, Chinese, or even Westerners, Europeans. Okay, we have so many, like, the environment that we grew up is is we are more open-minded. We are more open-minded. Okay, we are more open-minded for new ideas, for a lot of things. So we know things. For example, we know we cannot sell winter things in Pasar Malam, right, in Malaysia. So because of our environment, we know that. Okay. So the third thing is sourcing advantage. Okay, because we are one of the manufacturers country as well. Okay, and then our neighbor country are all sourcing countries. For example, Thailand, Indonesia, even China. Okay, so we are more close and we are more binded with like China people. And then I believe we can even speak Chinese, so we can communicate well with Chinese suppliers. Okay, we can communicate very well with Chinese suppliers so that we can get a better price, better negotiations with Chinese manufacturers. Okay, because we know Chinese, we can deal with the suppliers very well, and then we know English, we can deal with the customers very well. So this is a very strong advantage to start an Amazon business as a Malaysian. Of course, the last thing is we earn USD dollars. We earn USD dollars, and then we spend in Ringgit Malaysia. The spend is not talking about your daily expenses like for your food and for traveling lah. So the spend is like when you are expanding your business. Okay, when you're expanding your business, you are spending Malaysia ringgit and then you are earning USD dollars. Okay, so let's imagine that if you want to expand your team in the US, hiring one person might cost you 2,000 USD dollars, but in Malaysia might cost you 2,000 ringgit Malaysians. Okay, so in short word, you can hire more people, and then you can expand and scale your team much more easily. Okay, so these are some advantage for us being a Malaysians to sell on Amazon or even at any, like I would say, any cross-border e-commerce platforms. Okay, so these are some case studies for my stores, for my Amazon stores, which I call the draft stoppers. Okay, I believe this is a very, very niche products, but what I'm trying to say is we sell very niche products in the US. Okay, we don't sell power bank, we don't sell like a bottle, we don't sell those common products. Okay, we sell very, very niche products, and the very, very niche products can make you tons of money. Okay, so let's talk about my case study first. Okay, so why I chose these products, because at the time, if you can see at the bottom left, 3 years ago, back in 3 years time, or most of, I would say 90% of the listing is look like this. Okay, it's like a white color form with some cheap cloth on it. So, and then I found these variations. I found new variations, just like the right hand side, the gray color one, which is much more heavier and much more sturdy and looks much more premium and quality lah. Okay, in the case. So this is how I chose and differentiate my products. Okay, so you can see my mindset. Okay, I don't sell the same thing from all other sellers. I must differentiate my products. If I cannot find any differentiation point or unique selling point, I will move on and I don't go into that markets. Okay, so how I validate it? Okay, it's very simple how I validate, because if you're trying to sell a product online, regardless of Shopee, eBay, Amazon, Lazada, or whatever platforms, okay, you need to, what I'm trying to say is you need to find your unique selling point for your products. Okay, so how I validate, like how I'm making sure that people will love my ideas of the differentiations is I go and read all the reviews for current products in the markets. For example, I see people complaining about like those cheap drop stopper is so light and then it doesn't stay in place. Okay, so I come out with a heavier one, like a heavy duty one with more sturdy features for it. Okay, so because I know that people are looking for these heavy products, like heavy draft stoppers. Okay, so how I scale it, I just reinvest the money that I earned back to the business, and then I started from one colors, and then I have like 3 colors at the moment, and 3 very, very good selling one. Okay, so because I'm not like so business minded when I started the business. So what I can do is I just invest all the profit into the business. So this is how I scale it. Okay. Of course, if you are very like business minded person, you can always raise fund and then scale your Amazon store much more faster. Okay. So because the process is the same, you just duplicate the process, and then this is how you succeed in Amazon. Okay, so how much am I earning now? I can say for 3 years time, I have earned over 6 figures in USD for one single SKU. Okay, which I think Shopee store is very difficult to achieve these kind of figures with one SKU in Shopee, because just like what I said, Amazon has the demand. Okay, it has a demand, and then it is the biggest e-commerce platform in the world. Okay, let's go back to the questions that I mentioned early. Okay, so is there a demand for your products? Of course, there are so many software tools to check if there's demand for these products or for SKU that you want to sell. Okay, so for Amazon, don't have to worry about demand, because just like what I said, the traffic is huge, and then it is the biggest e-commerce platform in the world. So don't have to worry about demand. Okay, so you just want to choose and select the right product for you and for your stores. Okay, so how will you handle returns? Amazon Fulfillment Center does all that for you. How you ship to this country, you just use freight forwarder and ship that to Amazon warehouse, and then Amazon warehouse will do all the fulfillments for you. Okay, how do you deal with customers? Amazon does all the customer service for you. And then how do you deal with tax and tariff? Amazon collects all the tax for you as well, so you don't even have to worry about a single things that you have to worry about. Okay, so okay, so for my case studies, I've just checked with Shopee, and I don't see any, any Shopee sellers is selling the my variations are the gray color one. So I don't mind sharing to all of you. And then what I'm trying to share is what I'm trying to sell here is I want to sell you my honesty and experience. Okay, free of charge. Okay, I just want to give as much value as possible. Okay, as much value as possible to all of you guys. And then thanks for your patience. And okay, so if you have any problems with Amazon's or even cross-border e-commerce, you can contact me. Okay, this is my telegrams. You can find me out on my telegram with these numbers or the username. Okay, so if you have problems in sourcing from China, you can get in touch with me. Maybe I can help, because I have a sourcing team. I have a sourcing company in China. I have a sourcing team. So if you're having troubles in sourcing, like for don't talk about Amazon. Like if you are doing Shopee and then you have problems in sourcing, you can reach out to me. Maybe I can help. And then I'm not charging any commission. I'm just here to help. And then if you are interested in opening on Amazon stores, I can help as well, because I have just started handling Amazon stores for some investors. Okay, so I manage Amazon stores, and then I build Amazon for you. Okay, so if you're interested, you can get in touch with me. Okay, so my presentation ends here, and then I want to invite my partners. Hendrik, he is a big, I would say, Shopee sellers. He has been doing very well in Shopee. In even Shopee, he's not only selling on Shopee Malaysia's, he sells in Shopee Singapore as well. So he is one of the sellers who sells on cross-border e-commerce as well. So hi, Hendrik.
Hi, thanks for everyone. I would like to say thank you, DMC, as far as spoke here. So I think most of the cover has about cross-border issue, especially, and I want to there's one as what vision? Why would you
Shasha, can you hear?
Yeah,
for myself.
sorry. Yeah, I think Andrew having certain lagging problem over here. Could be the speaker also. Yeah, lagging. I think like the comments come flooding in terms of yeah. Can you try?
Sorry, better now?
It speaks like transformer.
Yeah, you speak like transformer. I think. Yeah, audio problem.
Yeah, me.
It speaks like transformer.
We have speakers all laughing from behind. Yeah, relax, relax, everyone. Yeah, so actually, Poh Kuan share a lot. Yeah, someone say comment very cool with the transformer sound. All right, so the issue with that, yeah. So what happened here? Poh Kuan share about Amazon. So actually, the partner would like to share with some of you also like Shopee, like cross border. We have different speakers from different experience as well. So you see, Mr. Koh, KK is more towards like without much of the startup capital. Poh Kuan here, yes, with like startup capital, but it's on Amazon. And then actually, Andrek would like to share a little bit about how you can actually do cross border on Shopee as well. Yeah, because they have like store on like Singapore, Taiwan, or Shopee. Andrek, can you say? Okay,
Hello.
how
Yes,
about the
finally.
video? Yeah,
Is it better now?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Having so much technical difficulties today. Okay. Yeah, hi. Hi, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you, Sidec, DMC, and also Poh Kuan for having me here today to be sharing about cross-border e-commerce. And first of all, I would like to start, Poh Kuan, you have mentioned a lot about Amazon, being a Malaysian, I'm pretty sure we have so many choices. We have Shopee, we have Lazada. These are most of the platforms that our people here in Malaysia would cover. Why would you choose Amazon over for example local marketplaces?
Okay, so first of all, why did I choose Amazon is because I started it when I was in Europe. Okay, so that isn't so many choice like compared to Malaysians. Okay, you guys have Shopee, Lazada, but for me, I only have one choice, which is Amazon, because Amazon is like Amazon is dominating the US marketplace and even some Europe countries. Okay, so why did I choose Amazon? Because this is the biggest pond to go into, and then the biggest market. So I think it is much easier to go into the biggest market first, because there are so many space, and then there are so many ways that you can do it, and then you can just like what I shared the figure. If you grab like 0.001% of the market share, you'll be making 2.8 millions instead of like few $1,000s. Yeah. So this is why I chose Amazon.
Yeah, amazing. Actually, the reason why I want to bring up this question first is to also share my experience. The reason why I started and why and how I started cross-border e-commerce, because I've always been living in Malaysia. I grew up here. I've never left the country. So the first time when I first started e-commerce was way back in 2007. It was very manual back then. People were only selling on forum. So I started my e-commerce journey in Laureate Forum. I saw people, creating chats, selling stuff that they didn't want, or offering bulk purchase for various products. So back then it was really different. Okay, and then came along Lazada, came along Shopee, and then these marketplaces, they grab most of the traffic. So it's pretty amazing because these days when everyone feel like buying something, there are only a few places where they would go. You turn on your phone, launch Lazada or you launch Shopee, search for the particular product that you want, and right away you get the things that you want. So because of all these marketplaces, they have reduced a lot of gap between the people who know how to buy things online and also the people who didn't know how to buy things online, and it makes purchase so much easier now. Having said that, when I first started selling in Shopee, I was like, hey, this thing makes selling so much easier as compared to back in the days, when I had to sell on forum. I didn't have so much traffic, and I would have to find different customers by doing different ads and stuff like that. But for Shopee, they handle everything. They have this Shopee theme song. Shopee BB. I've been listening to that all the time. And then they gather the traffic. So then it brought me this question. If Shopee was so successful, and it was going very fast back then, why don't I try to follow Shopee wherever they go? And then I had this idea, because I saw Shopee launching, when they first launched in Taiwan, and then Malaysia, and subsequently Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines. And to me, it's the same model. So that's how I came out of this idea. If I can sell on Shopee Malaysia, so why not I also try to sell on Shopee Singapore and Shopee Taiwan? Because it's the same thing. They have the same backend system. They have the same layout, just very different audience. And the one thing that I really like about your previous presentation is being Malaysian. We are so multilingual. We are very acceptive towards different culture and different audiences, right? So immediately I kickstarted my cross-border e-commerce journey way back in 2018, I guess, when I was doing pretty decently in Shopee Malaysia. Then immediately I expanded to Shopee Singapore and Shopee Taiwan, working together with my friends and families over there. So what I did was I would immediately launch local store, actually. So it's actually a very interesting business model, because not many people would do that. What I did was I would use the identity of my friends and families over there in different countries. And then I would talk to them, I try to, get them into e-commerce, saying, hey, e-commerce is the next big thing, and you should really join me in this journey. And what I did was, what I offered was for them to just handle the fulfillment part for me. And I would do the rest of the things, sourcing for products, sending products from, let's say, China to the respective countries. In my case, China to Singapore, China to Taiwan. And it was really interesting. Why? Because from there on, even though it's the same platform that we sell on, it's the same business model, but we have very different customers serving experiences. For example, I would find that customers in Singapore, they would be slightly more picky when it comes to the products, but also their purchase power is so much higher. And the reason why I want to cover this is because the Shopee Singapore, for example, and Shopee Taiwan, it's way, way, way less competitive as compared to Shopee Malaysia. Why? It's because of the people over there, right? So we know, like, most of the people in Singapore, they belong to the working class. So, starting a career themselves, or starting a business themselves is a lot less common than Malaysia, for example. So, which is why I think one of the biggest advantages selling on these platforms is the competitive part. It's totally unlike Malaysia, where you throw a stone in the street and every Tom, Dick, Harry would have a Shopee store. They would tell you that they are selling on Shopee these days, right? And over the past 2 years, because of COVID, local sellers have grown by 400%. That's how crazy it is. So, which is why I find myself very comfortable in cross-border e-commerce, selling in different countries and not competing with the local sellers instead. And this is truly an amazing experience, I would say. So, which is why I would like to, on top of Amazon, that I really think everyone should be looking towards. I also think that because of our experiences in local Shopee, we can also try to duplicate our experiences in different countries that Shopee have presence in. So, I think we are running out of time today. Yeah, and there's so much more that we want to share in the future. And hopefully, we can have Cha joining us today.
All right, so thank you so much. So I hope the audience also get a different perspective. Yeah, cross-border e-commerce is not only just like a big platform like eBay, like Amazon. Shopee also big, but then we all know Shopee in terms of like how we sell in Malaysia. But if you have certain relatives and friends that in other countries as well, technically the same back end, the same thing that you can actually do. Yeah, also cross-border e-commerce on Shopee. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much. They will be with us also to answer questions. I mean, a lot of them are asking questions as well. People ask about Poh Kuan's WhatsApp, but Poh Kuan's gave Telegram. Yeah. So hopefully you all can actually add him there also. All right. We thank you, Mr. Poh Kuan and Mr. Hendrik over here. We will have our last speaker, and they will join us back during the Q&A. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. And then keep your questions. Yeah, we are collecting them. Okay, so it's very, very good question today. We have like quite a lot of good questions for all of you. Yeah, and on the screen here, we have Encik Hussein with us. Hi.
Good afternoon. Hi, how are you?
Hey, good afternoon. Yes,
What
now it's
interesting
your time.
session you have today here.
Yeah, we are looking forward to your session. Yes. So Encik Hussein is someone, I give a little bit of your background, yeah, over here. So moving to Encik Hussein, he is the CEO and the co-founder of eRomman Marketplace. Yeah. But something more interesting over here, it is the first Arabic and only marketplace in Southeast Asia that connects the buyer from Middle East and online seller from Malaysia. Yeah, and Southeast Asia as well. So established in 2018. Prior to that, he did like a BD manager in retail and services, establishment in Middle East. Then he started his career back in 22 as a salesman, and then moved on to the e-commerce scene and doing cross-border e-commerce right now. Yeah, so I'll pass the time to you, Encik Hussein, so to share with them about your experience and how they can actually kickstart as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are enjoying our session today. Let me turn to our slides, and hopefully you can see. Share. Hopefully now you can see my slides. So I am from marketplace called eRomman. In this session, it was quite interesting because it was talking about Amazon and eBay, where some of our amazing speakers today, they are talking to us about going to Australia, and you have the US market and Europe as well, which is quite fascinating as well, to be honest with you. But today I'm trying to be a different speaker, where we are bringing to you a different market, which is the Middle East market. Countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, these petroleum companies where they have amazing production of oil, and they are really, really very rich markets, but because they are a little bit completely different of what markets or what people can relate to, it's not easy to approach or to penetrate these markets. So eRomman today here is helping you to go to the Middle East market. And to be honest with you, I'm really very excited about talking to you about the Middle East, because it's one of the fastest growing market in terms of e-commerce, and especially after the pandemic. As you know, Arabs and Middle Easterns normally are traditional people. They normally do business in a traditional way. So they will go to a brick and mortar physical store. They will buy their needs from a supermarket or for any department store over there. But thank God for that. Sometimes you also have blessings from the COVID and the coronavirus, where this has accelerated the e-commerce growth in the Middle East. And now the Middle East market is growing in a way that we have never seen before. And I'm gonna share with you some of the numbers that you will see in the Middle East here that you don't see neither in the US market, Europe, or Australia. But firstly, before I share with you about the market in the Middle East, why the Middle East? And the Middle East, to be honest with you, is a huge, huge potential market. It's exactly, actually, in fact, it's even larger than Southeast Asia region, where you have here about 500, 600 million population, Middle East market as well. You have 22 countries over there. And at the same time, you have over them 500 million people. And because of the complexity of that market, it's a market where 99% are Muslim people, and they speak mostly Arabic language, and their currencies and their culture is a little bit different of what we see here in Malaysia or in general in Southeast Asia. And therefore, this is like a scary formula for so many online sellers actually. And from here, we are glad to help you actually to penetrate such a market. And this is a market that you cannot ignore, to be honest with you, because if you ignore a market like this, our country, Malaysia, will lose a great deal for our competitors in China or Singapore or Korea or even the Japanese who are also exporting to the Middle East. And here are some numbers actually. If you can see, the e-commerce sales in the Middle East in 2016, it was below than $19 billion. By the end of this year, it will be almost hitting $50 billion. That is in 6 years, a 3x growth in the Middle East. You never see something like that, neither in the US, neither with Europe or Australia. And I'm not saying those markets are not very good markets. I'm saying they are amazing market, but the Middle East growth cannot be ignored anymore by our sellers. And this is a market that exactly you should be targeting today. So in 2-3 years from now, you are in a strategic position in selling and exporting to the Middle East market. If you tell me, okay, this is an interesting market, but what can we sell to the Middle East? And here are actually some trends and what you can sell to the Middle East. As for today, actually, our biggest market today are 3 countries, which is Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates, where Dubai is. And Egypt is the largest in terms of population, to be honest with you. They have over than 100 million people living in Egypt. Saudi Arabia, you're talking about 35 million people, but UAE, United Arab Emirates, you have about 10 million population over there. But the number one market is the Saudi market and UAE market, although the number of population are lower than Egypt, but Egypt is coming and the whole Middle East region is coming. And the products that are sold highly in that market, those markets, you have mobile phones, you have laptops and computer accessories and mobile gadgets and tabloids and accessories. And interestingly as well, you have furniture, where we can see a lot of good producers and manufacturers actually living in, we are having here in Malaysia, where we have a very strong wood industry and we can leverage on that and export to the Middle East furniture and compete with also other countries. Also, fashion is quite interesting category that you should go to the Middle East. And you have also lifestyle and beauty products, such as cosmetics, whitening creams, health and beauty products. And the interesting thing about that, to be honest with you, you have something here that is highly demanded in the Middle East, which is halal products. And this is a market where they are looking for halal products. And Malaysia, halal certification has a good image, not only in the Middle East market, but worldwide. And therefore, these are categories we can also leverage on and penetrate the market using those categories. And lastly, but not last, which is baby and toys products. And we have a quite good sellers actually as well here in Malaysia. So why we have built this marketplace? To make your life easy. For you to go to the Middle East is quite costly. And this is a market that you don't know very well. I come from the Middle East, but at the end of the day, saya cakap bahasa Melayu. Although I don't speak bahasa Melayu, but I have been living in this country for quite long, and I understand the local culture and what our SMEs are demanding or needs actually. And from here, we found that most of our SMEs, they want to go to the Middle East, but they don't know how to go there. And why this is how we build eRomman to be a fully integrated marketplace where online sellers have only to list their products, and we handle everything from logistics to marketing to translation to SEO to technical. So eRomman is a fully integrated marketplace connecting online buyers from the Middle East and online sellers from Malaysia and Southeast Asia. And why eRomman today? Firstly, as we spoke, huge population, lots of countries, lots of potential, lots of oil as well, lots of high GDP per capita. For example, Qatar, GDP per capita annually is over 95,000 US dollars. Saudi Arabia, you're talking about between 35 to 40,000 US dollars per year. This is a huge potential market that we cannot ignore. Then we come from the Middle East, although we are a marketplace that are incorporated and it's a Malaysian marketplace, but we are very experienced on the market, on the Middle East market. We speak the local language, we understand the local culture and the context. And more than that, our team mainly is actually based on the Middle East market. We have an office in Dubai, and that is United Arab Emirates, and we have an office in Saudi Arabia. And both these countries are the largest countries in the Middle East in terms of e-commerce. We understand the local currency, we do Arabization, we do digital marketing in Arabic, we do everything for you to localize you to the consumers and buyers in the Middle East. When you come to list in eRomman your SKUs, it's much, much easier, exactly like any other marketplace. And you can do listing in a very easy and a very short time. And you don't do only listing in terms of uploading manually or bulk, but we also have integrations with big e-commerce solution in the market like Easy Store or Site Giant, or if you have Shop Store e-commerce solution from Shopify to OpenCart, you can integrate your website with our marketplace, and you can sync your product and list your products very, very easily. And you don't have to list in Arabic language. You list everything in English language, and we take everything and translate that to Arabic. Payment, we handle that payment for you, and you don't have to worry about FX rates and fluctuations on rates. And also shipping and addressing. You don't have to go to the Middle East. You don't have to set up a customer service over there. You don't have to know the local maps and all that. We take care of that for you as well. And for last but not least, we have a local team here in Malaysia speaking Malay, Mandarin, English, and Arabic as well. So you have a local team based in Malaysia. We are a Malaysian company, and we can support you in a very way, in what you normally see in Lazada or Shopee. How to be onboarded to eRomman? It's very easy. Actually, firstly, how much does it cost you? The last two, we were established actually 3 years ago. And the last 2 years, we were free of charge. We start charging sellers for inbound, for subscription only this year. And listing is no longer free of charge. We have subscription plan that you can check it out, but we have subscription plan for annual, for a year, for about 490 ringgit. And this is quite affordable for 1 year or 12 months subscription. And not only that, we have also more packages like premium package and professional package. And I will tell you today also how you can get all these subscription packages free of charge. And you can also get digital marketing services free of charge. What we also do for you, translation under all the subscription, where we take all your content and we are using actually automatically, and we also translators who check the translation and make sure that your translation is actual in Arabic slang, and it is differentiated from countries like Saudi Arabia to Qatar to Egypt, and we make sure that it is a good and correct translation, and that is free for all the packages as well. For commission, depending on the categories, we have today about 400 categories on the marketplace, and commission varies between 5% to 25%. Shipping fees is about 40 ringgit. Actually, now we reduce it to 35, but you don't pay that. Actually, this is paid by the buyers in the Middle East. And for payment gateway fees, this is actually was about 2 months ago. We already waived that, and you don't have that to pay anymore. But why I'm putting it here actually, because I want to tell you we were charging in top of the commission 3% for payment gateway, but today no longer you are paying that. You only pay the commission whenever you make a sale in eRomman. How we deliver the items from here to the Middle East. We try to do that actually in 5 working days. That is about 7 days from the sellers to the customers. We also offer COD for buyers in the Middle East to make it much, much attractive for them to come and buy from our SMEs here in Malaysia. And in fact, we succeed always, and we dropped our COD returns for less than 5%, to be honest with you. And the reason why, because we are using express shipping actually from Malaysia to the Middle East market. We don't have only COD, we have also local payment methods like Mada, Sadat, some other local Middle East payment wallets. And we also have local currencies, like Saudi Riyal, Qatari Riyal, Kuwaiti Dinar, Egyptian Pounds, Emirati Dirham, which makes it much, much easier actually for buyers to sell from the Middle East. In terms of payment, you don't have to worry to chase customers and go after customers to collect your money, or from local payment wallet payments in the Middle East. If you have to go by yourself to the Middle East, or bank transfers, we do settlement for you in 5 rounds. That is the 1st of every month, 11th of every month, or 21st of every month. And that is after the item is delivered. And we only give 7 days, which is a warranty period for the customers. And after that, your payment goes in the payment process and should not exceed maximum of 15 days for you to collect your money. This is an example actually of what we do. For example, this is one of our sellers, is Japlo. Japlo actually listing his item in English, but this language that you cannot recognize and many of you cannot understand, it's an Arabic language. That's how the website will look like for Middle Eastern buyers. And this is how we translate the item, so it becomes very localized for buyers in the Middle East. This is also from our Instagram page and Facebook page, where we are promoting also your items, and we take that, we translate that, we do digital marketing and social media marketing for you in Arabic language. This is another example as well in the website, which is, this is a tiny Baibia. It's one of our sellers, and it's quite interesting where you can see we have translated that into. This is a short video. I hope it will play without any technical issues. This is some success story with one of our sellers. Please have a look. It's a very short video. And then after that.
Hi, good morning. My name is Michelle Koo.
Hi, I'm Jagadish.
I'm Kevin. My name is Deva. We're using a site giant to sync all our product to the eRomman.
I do packing and then wait for Aramex to collect the item. At the same time, eRomman have a COD facilities where you just order the item and pay once you receive the item.
One of our success story with them is through influencer marketing, which is quite well known in the Middle East, and it was a success because once they initiated that influencer marketing, we received our very first order.
I have no eRomman that give me a lot of good services, helping into solving my problem, and the most importantly is make sure that my product and sending to my clients effectively and on time basis. That can give you extraordinary services like translating our languages from English to Arabic. I have seen the success of how micro sellers are now onboarding into eRomman. So we will hope that in order for you to capture the Middle East market, learn about how eRomman does it, from taking your product into the Middle East, from getting your product into translation into the Arabics, getting the social influencers into the marketing campaign.
I hope you have seen this video without any technical issues. Here are some of the campaigns. We are still going from 2018 until today. We have like Raya campaigns, we have school back to school campaign, we have, instead of Black Fridays, we have Arab Friday, we have Christmas campaigns, end of year campaigns, where you can participate on those campaigns and promote for your products and SKUs. And if you remember, actually, I told you how you can also get our subscriptions free of charge and digital marketing free of charge. We are partners actually with Matrade, where we are part of the eTrade program. And under the eTrade program, you can also claim for the premium package or the professional package or basic package from Matrade. You can, our people, we have our e-commerce executive. My colleagues will help you to submit to Matrade and claim the money back from Matrade. So by that, you can get a free subscriptions. And also there is this year with the eTrade program 2.0, digital marketing services up to 20,000 ringgit, where you can also claim from Matrade to promote for your online stores and for your SKUs. And our also, my colleague and our executives, e-commerce executive, will also help you to fill up the application, to fulfill the requirements, and assist you with that. So this is something we do for you and help you in order for you to be onboarded in the most effective way, and even you don't have even to pay. Since today, actually, thank God, the Malaysian government are helping the SMEs to come online, because online is going to explode in the future. And people who doesn't come to marketplaces like eRomman, or like my colleagues said, Amazon and eBay, this is the future. And that's why we encourage you all to be online. And we are also under the Belanja One, which is a program under MDEC, where you also can get also free subscription from eRomman. And we have that for the basic package and the premium package. And the premium package, for example, is for 1,290. 50% is subsidized by MDEC, 50% we subsidize that. And you get that if you fulfill the requirement free of charge. And we have limited number actually of sellers account that you have that can get this privilege. So I advise you to register today so you can get these incentives. This is our eRomman request. This is our sellers page where you can go to our marketplace and see all the information that you need. And this is the email if you need any questions or for us to answer you. I really thank you very much for being with us until this time. It's already 4 o'clock, and I know it's really not easy to be until the end of the presentation. So thank you very much for being with us. I pass the microphone to the host.
Thank you so much, Encik Hussein. Yes, I saw very good sharing. I saw a lot of them open up their mind as to like, oh, can I do this to Middle East? Can I do that to Middle East? Well, Encik Hussein will be with us to answer some of the questions that you all have also, yeah? So before I re-invite all the speakers up again for our Q&A, we have collected the questions. Just one thing over here that I would like to hear feedback from all of you about like how we can actually improve in our sessions, as well as feedback about what are some of the upcoming topics that you'd like to listen to, yeah, from future Sidec event, because you benefited from the past session. So there's a link posted in the comment already. So do fill up the survey form, give us a little bit of feedback. All right. Okay, thank you so much. And right now, let us have all our speakers of the day to be on the screen with us again. Hello. Yeah, hi. So as I mentioned also, I think we collected quite a lot of questions from the audience today. Yeah. So about cross-border e-commerce, I will pull out some, but maybe let's direct the question to Encik Hussein first. Yeah. So there are like just the last few. They have these questions about. Yeah. So understand that this one from Mark. Understand that Malaysia halal jakim is not that recognized or sensitive in Middle East. So can you elaborate a little bit further for food manufacturers? How do they be able to leverage on your platform?
That's a very good question. I understand that there is always fighting whose halal certificate is better than who. But to be honest with you, I'll tell you what, among the people actually in the Middle East, Malaysia has a very good reputation. And this is what you can leverage to. To be honest with you, definitely maybe there will be some questions here and there. But from our experience actually in the last 2-3 years, we really find it that it is really very good to have halal certification. But unfortunately for food and beverages, we still don't do in eRomman marketplace because perishable items like food and drinks, they need different handling. And since we are a new marketplace, we are actually more into fashion, cosmetics, health and beauty, gadgets, electronics, and mobile phones. And to be honest with you, for what I mean by halal and beauty products, halal is actually for cosmetic products. If you see, there is a lot of products and cosmetic coming from all over the world and going to the Middle East. But many of them, or 95% of those halal and cosmetics, they don't have halal certification. While in Malaysia, you have a halal you have cosmetic industry where they produce, and it has a very good halal certification items. And this is something that you can promote and export and leverage on when you go to the Middle East market.
Okay,
I
interesting.
hope I answered the question very correctly. If I understand,
We are learning something today. Then it's like very good answer. I hope that also answer the questions to the audience. Yeah, over here. Now we pick some of the questions here. Let me just pull that up. Yeah. One by one. We will answer one by one. Okay. So first one, I think the question back to Mr. Cole over here. Yeah, from Max. About eBay. When someone buy in eBay, payment released to the seller will take quite a long time. So how can you buy from supplier if the money not yet received from eBay?
That's why I emphasize on relationship. So the supplier, if you work like my way, you are working without pay already, right? So supplier, you can discuss with them. Every day I pay you like that. Also, both sides also inconvenient. Why don't we sum up weekly or monthly amount? Then only I pay you once like that. Then of course your cash flow will be much more better because you can take in the money first. Then only you pay the supplier. Of course, that comes back to whether you have the trust or not with the supplier, right? So if you don't have that, of course, you still have to fork out a bit of money to pay them for the product. But if you have that trust and then you have that relationship, I normally pay them once a month. So normally I get all the money already. Then only I pay my supplier once a month. And for eBay, right now they're using managed payment gateway. They only take 2 days from the customer purchase. They take 2 days to bank into your Payoneer account. So for your Payoneer account, whether you want to transfer to your bank, right, it's up to you. You want to wait for 1 week transfer once also can. You want per day transfer once also can. Okay, but then you still need 1 day. So it's not 10 days, it's like 3 to 5 days from the day a customer make a payment, you can get back the money. I think I answered the question. Okay.
Yes, so it's not longer days right now, so they can actually get faster and then use another strategy as to partnering, instead of upfront. Okay, good question then. The next one, I think also directed to Mr. Koh when you mentioned about flu, when you're sharing about the question. So about freight prices, how to control without the drop shipping charges not affecting the margins.
I don't understand because if with my I have very good relationship with Aramex. Actually, Aramex also mentioned in in Hussein case. Aramex is quite a good a good shipping forwarder. So this one I have to sell a bit. Aramex is they are quite good to Australian market also. Okay, and then for them with us, right, we have a steady rate. Like, let's say 0.5 kg, how much? 1 kg, how much? So it won't change. It will change like next year, once a year they change. Okay, they increase their price, but it's not like every day they change. So I don't see your problem lah. So actually, we have really a fixed and secure shipping price already on our hand, which we know how much we need to pay. So in terms of how to price a product, we can include that inside, and then we don't have issue lah in managing this. Okay, so if you have this issue, you need to contact me personally. I want to see what's your problem lah. Okay.
Okay, all right then. Then I think from same audience over here, Chan, yeah. So how long the process would take? I think this same question I will pose it to different speaker over here. How long a process would take? Let's say you get a manufacturer from Malaysia, like Flu, order to final delivery, cross border.
You mean Flu?
Yeah.
So
Flu.
they already produce their product already. They're selling on local markets, Lazada, and what. So from here, once I have an order, tomorrow today they're packed. Tomorrow the Aramex, we can arrange one. We'll tell Aramex tomorrow go and collect from Flu. So Aramex will go to Flu factory to collect, and then they send to Australia. So in our experience, is around 5 to 10 working days for the product to ship from Malaysia to to Australia. Okay, so other country might differ, but it's quite fast actually.
Okay.
So are they perishable? If you are sending stuff which cannot even last 1 week, right? I will ask you to think twice, lah, right? Because those normal food stuff we sell is like junk food, snacks, all this. The packet should be able to last more than 1 week, lah, right? If cannot last than 1-2 weeks, right? Then this is not for you. It's not for you to fry chicken and then send the fried chicken to Australia. Don't do that, please.
All right, yeah, definitely. Unless it is like packed in like can stand for about a week, yeah. So that's great.
At least 2 weeks, not a week. At least 2 weeks can stand.
Okay, so same question. I think I will also pose it to Encik Hussein over here, because there's also things from Malaysia to overseas, yeah, to Middle East. So how long roughly it would take for the whole entire process? You're muted, Encik Hussein. We'd like to hear from you.
No worries. I think I explained that in one of the sites. We try to do it within 5 working days, which is 7 days actually. We are using Aramex. Beside Aramex, we are using also FedEx, and we are using DHL as well. But because Aramex is an Arabic company, and they're well penetrating the marketplace. Aramex is actually Arabian American Express, which is mainly based actually in Dubai. They're headquartered in Dubai, so they're very good in the Middle East. So we're using Aramex, and we try to do that within 5 working days. Sometimes we have issues with that because the sellers maybe not ready with the items, and unfortunately with the lockdown right now, this is a little bit challenging because some people are staying at home and it's not easy for them to get to their warehouses and prepare the items. But definitely our matrix is 5 working days, 7 days, the item should be in the Middle East at the doorstep of our customer.
Awesome. So everyone will just have like about 1 week time to actually think about it, yeah? So
absolutely.
Great. Different context over here for the next question, because for Mr. KK and then for Encik Hussein is more towards like shipping overseas, yeah. So let's say for Mr. Poh Kuan and then Mr. Endrick over here, I think the next question is for that. So for Amazon itself, yeah. So selling through Amazon, the question is about genuine, because people heard that you make money through selling on Amazon after few rounds, then get cheated. I'm not so sure about whether this is the case. Mr. Poh Kuan can answer that.
Okay, so you mentioned that someone got cheated. is cheated by Amazon or cheated by like sourcing like company in China, because there are two possibilities. Okay, first of all is there are two possibility to lose all your money. Okay, I cannot say lose lah. Might cause your cash flow problems. So first of all is Amazon suspend your account. When your account got suspended by Amazon, okay, your money might got stuck on Amazon. So you might need to appeal to Amazon saying that like to get back your account, to deactivate your account, okay, to reactivate your account. Okay, so the second possibility is people might got cheated by some sourcing company in China. Okay, because if we source our products on Alibaba 168, okay, it's very less likely to got cheated. Okay, because they have their policies to protect both buyer and sellers. Okay, there's a things called trade assurance. This is a protections for both buyer and sellers. Okay, so if you said got cheated, I don't come across any this kind of issues lah, but I do heard of like a lot of people got cheated by not ordering from Alibaba and ordering from like individual persons or individual company in China. Okay, so this is like a trust issues lah, trust issues. So like we do help people source products from China, and yeah, so I think this is a trust issues lah. It's not anything about like Amazon or Alibaba, because I believe Alibaba won't like cheat anyone and Amazon won't cheat anyone as well.
Let me just add into this lah. I guess the audience is asking scammers online. Let's say somebody buy online from you, and I have to be very frank to you. Western marketplace, eBay, Amazon, right? They're side buyer. Okay, they're side buyer. Definitely, if a buyer make complaints about you, right, saying that, you know, they can give fake complaints, right? That happens. They say that you are not genuine, your product doesn't look as is described. All this happens, and once you have customer this complaint, Western marketplace or site buyer, they will refund your money to them without much question asked. Okay, and you might find cheated. I understand from a buyer, a seller perspective, you will feel cheated, but for my experience after doing 4 years, this percentage of we don't know whether it's scammers, maybe it's scamming us, right? One thing, something is maybe they are really fussy customer, also possible, but the percentage of this happening is very small. You just have to leave on, you know, take this as the cost of the business. There's some very small percentage people is going to just go into say that your product is not good lah, complain lah, and then they refund lah, and you don't get your product even back. You know, that happens. Okay, and that is just one part of the cost of business. And don't worry too much about that, because trust me, if you are doing right things, you're selling genuine, correct goods. I also faced this with flu before, and it's a very small percentage, less than 1%. Okay, for me, it's less than 1%. So you don't need to worry too much about this online people scamming you, because there's a lot of horror story. Cannot we said that people you know, complain, then we lose all the money. You know, small percentage. Okay, small percentage. Okay.
Yeah, indeed. But it happens as well, but it's not like majority of the case over here. Yeah. So good one. And then yeah, and then the next question is specifically, I think the audience directed to Mr. Hendrik over here. Yeah. So speaking about Shopee overseas, then the question is like, can we sell food product like sauces on Shopee overseas?
Yeah, so I think in this case there are actually two ways of selling overseas from Shopee. One is to engage is to sign up for the Shopee cross-border selling plan. I think for selected sellers only, you know, whereby from Malaysia you can actually sell directly to Singapore, but being based in Malaysia. And second, you can also choose to sell in Singapore as a local Singapore seller, but the thing is you will have to prepare, you know, at least having a fulfillment partner in Singapore, and also the products being physically in Singapore. So when a buyer buy from Shopee website, it will be shown as delivered locally. So in this case, when it comes to food, right, I think I'm not sure how it works from Malaysia to Singapore, But what happens is Singapore custom is pretty strict on have different policies for different products. And in my case, I've always been selling non-food product, mainly electronic products, fashion products. So for food product, I guess first thing first is you will have to obtain a certain certificate and also engage a logistic partner in Singapore in order for you to import that particular product into Singapore. And then, I guess that's the way, because I don't really have experiences in selling food in Shopee Singapore. So.
All right, thank you for your answer. I think no worries. I think when it comes to food, all of us having the issue as to cross-border, you will need certain certification, go through their country Ministry of Health. That is where you need to obtain like the necessary requirements, meeting that in order to sell cross-border. Yeah, so that will have a lengthier process to go through. All right, now
try sell it on eBay.
Yes,
as I said, that's the advantages. I even see people sell belacan, homemade belacan on eBay, and their sales, so no certificate, nothing. So, but that one is the business model number one, drop shipping. Okay, so of course, if you want to do big, right, you encounter the same problem as everybody. When you export big, right, you need certification, you need all this, right? But if you sell on eBay using the method I explained just now, you can test out. I've seen wonderful sauce sell on eBay. If you go to eBay and search, then you know.
All right. Yes. Yeah, for the audience to try selling it. Yeah. So the question came from Jocelyn. Yeah. So you can try that out as well. Sign up for Mr. KK course. Yeah. Okay. All right then. Now the next question, before I jump to question number 5, I saw this one. I think this is very good to pose it to all the speakers over here. From Poh Kuan, is it advisable for beginner to buy the products from Shopee and Lazada and then sell it to Amazon on like cross-border Shopee or like Australia as well? Yeah, or like even Middle East. Yeah, is it something that you will advise beginner to do? Okay, start. Mr. KK.
The flu case, I actually buy from Lazada, right? the store is in Lazada, but a beginner doesn't stop you to approach the wholesaler to get better deals. Okay, there's nothing wrong with becoming a beginner. It's whether you want to do it or not. Okay, so you say you want to do it, you approach the Lazada seller, you try to do it. Okay, we want to expand his product to overseas. Okay, the worst thing you will get is a no, right? The worst thing you get is no. But what if they appreciate your effort? Because as I said, drop shipper, you are not getting salary, So what if they appreciate effort and they are willing to support you? But that, if you are only willing to try, only to ask them, right? So, Mr. Poh Kuan, so don't need to have fear, even though you are a beginner, right? Of worst case, you buy from them, then only you sell on eBay. A lot of people doing that, really. A lot of people buy Maggi Mee, sell on eBay. Buy white coffee, sell on eBay, right? But that doesn't stop you to go and look to the manufacturer directly and discuss a arrangement with them. As a boss, I would prefer you to come direct and ask me than to stay quiet there, not trying your best to get the best deal for yourself. Okay, that's my advice, lah. Okay.
Very good, very good. Yeah. So so what about other speakers? What's your thoughts, Mr. Poh Kuan?
Okay, so is it advisable to buy from Shopee and Lazada? I would say it depends on the products. If you want to sell some Malaysia local products, like what KK mentioned just now, which is like Milo or even Maggi, like Malaysia product, you can buy from Shopee and Lazada. But if you can get a product from China at a cheaper price, why not just buy from website like 1688 or even Alibaba? So this is my advice. So it depends on the products, I would say.
All right, Mr. Endrick.
I think in this case, I have a pretty strong opinion in terms of saying yes, definitely. Reason being is because Shopee, Lazada, in my opinion, us being based in Malaysia is the one of the easiest way for us to have access to different products, right? So imagine, I think first thing first is we have to first decide on what exactly niche that we want to go into. Product niche, it can be fashion products, it can be electronic products, it can be home and living and stuff like that. And secondly is when you have decided on a particular niche yourself, what you want to do is to have an exact idea of the product that you want to sell. So in this case, when we try to source from Shopee, Lazada, Malaysia, we can easily, have the products delivered to us, do photo taking, photo shooting, and also, have more idea about the exact product that you want to sell. And apart from that, the reason also why I think yes is because the price on Shopee and Lazada is definitely very competitive these days. So, just a simple search on Shopee and Lazada and compare it to Australia and USA, you can definitely see there's a price difference. And also, another factor is the low entry to barrier. You can start with a very small capital, buying a small quantity of products in Shopee and Lazada, and then try, keep trying, because you will never find the niche that you want until you have an exact idea of the demand of your sellers in different platforms. So yeah, definitely, I would suggest it's a yes, it's a big yes.
All right. So I think most of also is a yes. Yes in niche. Yes. Mr. KK did it. Yeah. Yes. So Encik Hussein, what's your thoughts on this one?
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. With the I agree with the honorable gentleman who just said you gotta because for e-commerce sellers, normally it's not about only a niche, it's about finding the right SKU to sell. But before you go and buy stock like 1,000 or 2,000 of an item and you lose a lot of money on that, definitely you need to try with something that you can sell easily. And definitely Lazada and Shopee is a very good source for you to start with, especially if you are a beginner and you don't have a large capital. So definitely yes, definitely yes.
Yeah. All right. So I hope Xiaoguan got the answer. So yes from all the speakers. Well done. Yeah. Okay. Now, I think a lot of them also trying to ask these questions. We still have some of the questions that is asking about what are the best products to sell, how to source products. I think this is like most of the question that all of us have. Yeah, maybe I just direct this particular one to Mr. KK. Although Mr. KK keep mentioning about, you need to go out, but how to source products?
I think Hendrik and Hendrik just now said this very well already, because you need first to understand what you want to sell, okay? But in case you really have idealists, right? So I will suggest you sell what you love, okay? For example, I have a client, right? She likes to do yoga, right? She come to me, she don't know what to sell completely. I said, look for something, analyze all this. He just don't know, she just don't understand that. And also I said, what do you like to do in the normal time? Okay, she said, I like to do yoga. Okay, then I told her, then go ahead and sell the yoga blog. Because why? If you know how to do yoga, you like to do yoga, right? You have more knowledge about the product itself. What is the advantages? What is the disadvantages? Here you can find out the differentiation, right? Like this lady, she's selling this yoga block. At that time, the market, right, the yoga block is all just 150 grams. But it's very light and stable. Only those people using yoga block in the yoga session will know that this is a problem for them. So he capitalized on this problem. He go and source for 200 gram or even 300 gram yoga block, and she become one of the top sellers in Shopee and Lazada. Okay, so that's the way I like to highlight to beginners is that try to source product from the things you like to do usually, because you have close affiliation. You understand the product better, and that give you a higher chance to be able to source a very good product and identify the customer needs. and then sell, and then if you do it right, you can sell it very strongly. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yes. So it's very good point also, is that a lot of us don't know where to start. So we can actually start from something that we are interested in, yeah. So and then look for something else as well. Now, if all of you seeing on the screen, right? I think 200 plus of you are still here. All of us want to hear from the speaker, so we are slightly overrun, but we will continue the Q&A over here, yeah. So you see some good questions that we have now. Over here, I think there's something that talk about like, again, sorry about it, but Mr. KK, that's the question back to you. What software to use? Auto price tracker. Well, this one very technical, yeah. So like about dropship in marketplace, and then there are a lot of like cancellation about
Okay,
hotels, blah blah blah. Yeah.
there is a lot of dropship price tracker in not just eBay, Amazon, eBay, Lazada, Shopee. There are a lot of price tracker. That means people sell 19 ringgit, you want to sell 18 ringgit 90 cent. People sell 18 ringgit 90 cent, you want to sell. You have to fight price until this stage. Okay. For me, I don't use that. I sell what I believe is the right price. So I could not really give you a good recommendation of the price tracker. Okay, but in terms of also there's a lot of dropshipper service agent, right? They give out software like one I want to know. What I want to know is like Kumoten, or you can link all this, right? Here, my example, right? I'm really sorry. I'm not working at that kind of business model. I'm working in terms of relationship. So you can see I only highlight flu below, because why? The whole store only is about flu below for that client. So actually we have very close relationship. There's no need to have software in terms of when there's no stock, right? They will just give me a call, or they just will send me a message, just finish stock, okay? Then I can immediately change it. So I can't answer you in this question because I don't operate in that kind of the way you are looking for. Like you have software automated with different drop shopping supplier, all this, right? I don't do that. That's why I cannot become a drop shipper, because got student ask me, can I straight away join your drop shipping? I said, I'm not providing the drop shipping service. I'm just sharing with you my experience doing it another way, by going strong relationship with the manufacturer. Okay, so that I can get direct support and direct low price from them. That is my method. Okay.
All right. Okay. So yeah. So go with like a long-term kind of method. Yeah. Over here, we will like conclude. Yes. Good one.
Just different. It's nothing. It's not nobody right or wrong. It's just that I choose to do this. Okay. So I understand where the lady come from, because that is also another way of doing cross drop shipping. Okay, but I'm not using that way.
Okay, no problem. Yes. So different people have different strategy, right? So some is like going into prices, some is going more long term. Yeah. So that's why all of them are here to learn from all the speakers. Yeah, from different strategy. Thank you so much, Mr. Koh. And let's move to the next question. Yeah, we'll all come back again. So the next question, someone asked about Amazon, and then in the question as well, Terry, I think, and Amin also asked the same question. Yeah. So about stock at Amazon warehouse, Mr. Poh Kuan, you mentioned about shipping all over to Amazon there. So about storage fee, all these questions that regarding about the storage, can you enlighten us over here? Thank you so much.
Yes, sure. Okay, so good question about storage fees. Okay, so Amazon does charge storage fees. Okay, they charge based on cubic meter. So I would say you don't have to worry about the storage fees for the first 6 months, because there's a things called long-term storage fees, which is much heavier fees. So meaning that you can store your products for the first 6 months with a very minimal cost. And then after the 6 month periods, there'll be a much heavier storage fees that'll be coming in. So I suggest you sell off all your products within the 6 months. Okay, so what if your products cannot be sold? Okay, so worst case scenario, you cannot sell even one single unit of your products. You can just destroy it. You can ask Amazon to dispose your products, or there's a new features called liquidation services. on Amazon. So what they will do is they will liquidate your products based on 5 to 10% of your selling price. For examples, if the selling price of your product is $10, they will liquidate your products at $1, 50 cents to $1. Okay, so for example, you have 100 units of that, and then they give you a valuation of $1, so you get back $100. Yeah, this is the liquidation services that just came out on Amazon. Okay, so I see two more questions about Amazon, which is okay. So physical stock are shipped from China to Amazon. How do seller manage physical stock balance versus actual sales? Okay, so I'll answer the third and fourth question together. Okay, so where do I get the data to research on product in Amazon? There are several software tools that you can use. There are three of them. Okay, one is Helium 10, Jungle Scout, and Viral Launch. Okay, so what I've been using is Helium 10. So there's a tools called Helium 10 X-ray for you to check and analyze all the data. Okay, for you to check in terms of the revenue, sales, selling price, and all that. Okay, including the dimension of the products and everything. Okay, so how do we manage how do we handle our stock balance? Okay, so we need to know from our research. Okay, from our research, how many units we will be selling on average for a month, let's say. Okay, so because we choose product based on our based on our resources. For example, if I have only $5,000, I cannot go into markets that they are making millions of dollars in sales. Okay, it's not applicable at all. Okay, so I will go into instead of going into markets that are making millions, I might go into market they're only making 10,000 per month. Okay, so for example, from the research, you get to see that the average sales volume for the market is 500 units. You might order 500 to 1,000 units to start your business. Okay, because this is about inventory forecasting. Okay, you forecast your inventory during your product research. Okay, so for balancing your inventory, also yes, you need product forecasting. You need to predict how many units you can sell within a month or within 2 months. Okay, so this is my answer. Okay, so basically they are all questions that I have.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think today's topic is something that is very deep in terms of knowledge. Yeah. So like some of the audience actually answered that it is a little bit more complicated. Yeah, Color, I saw your comment over here. Yeah. So how can you get more updated info respectively on like different marketplaces? Yeah. So again, like all the speakers, they have contact. Yeah. So you can actually get in touch with the speakers to find out more in terms of details, but also do follow like Sidec page as well, because there will be masterclass in the future. Yeah, so that will be something that you can actually find out for more information. Now let's back to the last two questions. Yeah, so go to Mr. Njek Hussein over here. Yeah, so the question specifically directed to you from Go Brian. What are the products that can be sourced in Southeast Asia that is demanding over in the Middle East countries?
That's a very good question. Actually, I always believe that Malaysia has a lot to offer. And as some of my colleagues, they say, Lazada and Shopee, the prices there are really very competitive when you compare with outside in all categories, to be honest with you.
Malaysia product the best.
I will also say, if we can leverage on what is Malaysia is strong at. For example, furniture. Furniture is a very good category because Malaysia has a very good wood industry. So this is something either they can sell to the Middle East or to worldwide, either US or Australia or Europe even. But also you have also a cosmetic industry, which is very good in terms of health and beauty and makeups, cosmetics in general that has halal certification. This is a good category. But having said that, also we see there is a very good demand in terms of mobile phones, gadget, accessories, and fashion now. Fashion is okay. If you have European fashion to go to the Middle East, yes, that is the good thing. But if you do Asian style, then has a limited or a moderate demand. Perfume, in terms of perfume as well, is a very good categories to go to the Middle East, and you have a lot of good oud and aga wood. I think in the local language they say aga wood, which is you have very good sellers here in Malaysia, and they are doing very well in eRomman. These are some of the categories that are very good and has good demand. But as I said before, normally your journey as an online seller is to discover what you can sell very well, and it takes time for you to do that. So, for example, if you choose the perfume category and you start working on that, then you don't see that is working. So it is better for online sellers to have different kind of categories rather than focusing on this one categories. And that's what we advise normally our sellers. Don't do only one category or do one SKUs or 50 SKUs. Do 300 SKUs, 500 SKUs, and leverage on, like the honorable gentleman said, can we source from Lazada, Shopee? Yes, you can. Whatever you can get SKUs, yes, do it. And list as much as SKUs that you can, different categories, until you find what you can sell, and you can repeat that again and again and again until you become very successful, hopefully, inshallah.
Yes. All right. Yeah, Agavut. Yes. Very good. And just now, Mr. KK is like, yeah, Malaysia have a lot of good
Malaysia
products.
product. If you want to buy from Lazada, Shopee, right? Buy Malaysia product. No point you go and buy China product, Lazada, Shopee, and then sell in eBay. Because they can, a China seller is selling at eBay also, and their shipping is much cheaper than your shipping.
Very true.
So Malaysia product, why I say Malaysia product? There's so many gems, diamonds,
Yes.
which haven't been discovered yet. Okay, and they are now more open because of MCO. Okay, now they know that e-commerce is very important now. So I think Hussein have very good business nowadays. Now they are more aware of this, and there's still so many unfound gems. You know, look around your area, look around your industry area, the place you stay. You know, I think every state have their own industry area. You know, you might discover a gem, you know, and they are like this. I want to hire people, also don't know how to hire. I want to go into this e-commerce, also don't know. And that is the right when you submit, I want to do this for you. Maybe you become a business director in a very short while. Maybe I don't know. Just really, there's a lot of demand. And one thing also Hussein voice out. So very good support from the government in exporting. Very good support in terms of MDEC and matric. Matric, just imagine, this is not loan, not 50%. You come out, you pay 50%. No, total is 25,000, not 2,005, not 205, 25,000 to support your cross-border e-commerce. Give you money to work, also you don't want to work. What can we say, right? If you still don't want to do. But that one is only for Malaysian product. I have to say that they only do this for Malaysian product, not China product. Only Malaysian product. That's why I say Malaysian product is the best opportunity now for you to sell cross-border. If you have the knowledge.
Exactly.
And all these SME, they are hungry for talent. Very hard to hire, especially those small place one.
I think Mr. Koh and Sheikh Hussein already answered the last question. Yeah, we are coming to an end already, everyone. So the last question over here is about, like, do you still see opportunity to sell cross-border? And I think both of you already answered that. Okay, and then we will hear from Mr. Endrick over here. Yeah, do you still think it is a good opportunity to sell cross-border with your model?
Yeah, definitely. Yes. I think Poh Kuan in his previous sharing has already told us, the reason why there are so many advantages of us Malaysians doing cross-border e-commerce. First thing is because of the language proficiency of ours in this region. We speak English, we speak Mandarin, Tamil. We also have people speaking Arabic and stuff like that. So in that sense, we can easily understand the trend that's going on in some other regions. That is, way out of our current world in Malaysia. Secondly, it's also because I would say the cost of hiring people is really low in Malaysia. So when it comes to e-commerce, you don't really need to hire a physical person in that particular country in order for you to do business in that particular country, right? What you can do is also, as long as you have someone doing the fulfillment for you in that for the very last mile, you can have your team here being based in Malaysia. You have so many talents here in Malaysia where you can, hire at a very affordable, I wouldn't say, affordable price. I would say, like maybe it's way lower entry to barrier compared to other regions. Some other countries you will need like a minimum of at least 100,000 ringgit to start a business, or 200,000 ringgit to start. Whereas in Malaysia, you can start as low as, maybe I would say 10 to 20K, and then hiring someone and then kickstart your business. So to sum it up, I think being in Malaysia, we are so receptive towards so many different cultures. In that sense, we get to know what are the other races actually trending, what's their lifestyle like, what are the products that they may like, these are so many factors that give us the advantage of selling cross-border e-commerce. So which is why definitely yes, I would suggest everyone to start as soon as possible.
All right, thank you so much. And I want to finally thank all the speakers for today. I know we overran for a lot, but we still have very good number of audience still here. If you see the comments, all of them saying that it's very informative session. Thank you so much. And they wanted round 2. All right, so for those that wanted round 2, please also fill in the survey form for us. Yeah, so we will keep this in mind for Sidec for the upcoming, and definitely there will be like upcoming courses. And for those that want to learn more, all the speakers, you have their contacts. Yeah, so they will have like sharing session, Mr. KK this weekend, and then you can contact Mr. Poh Kuan and then get in touch with Andrik as well as Hussein as well. All right. So once again, thank you so much, our speakers of today. Thank you so much. Yeah. So all of our audience as well, thank you again. We will have the last slide on the survey link. Yeah. So get in touch with them, all of them. Yeah. So we'll see you again. So next week, we will have also like upcoming courses. If any one of you actually interested, yeah, for next week as well. So do share this out to your friends and family. You can actually bookmark this. Yeah. As well as you can register in terms of the event link in Sidec website. Yeah, so we have upcoming e-commerce process and all following up in digital marketing as well. Once again, thank you all very, very much and have a good day. Bye-bye.